Big up, big up, big up, and welcome to the Liberal 12th Man Show. We are finally live. I know it took a little while. We were bumping the show back and back and back and back. But we are live and direct right now because we are going to do some ratings and some reviews. We're trying to get together some thoughts. We're actually in a pretty cool conversation, but I didn't want to necessarily end the conversation just to go live. I wanted to make sure that we were prepared to do so. So we are definitely ready and willing to have a good show today, hopefully with the Reds that support us, and we definitely support you. So if you can, definitely hit that like button, drop a comment after the broadcast. Obviously, you have to refresh the video, but all the same, it would definitely be mad appreciated. We are joined today by Brian, and we also joined by JK. How are you guys doing today?
All good, bro. All good.
Good, good. How are you doing, Brian?
Yeah, very good. And if anybody that was here was on my show earlier on, thank you very much, and thanks for being here as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, we were talking backstage. I don't mind letting you guys behind the curtain a little bit. In that we were talking backstage about some of the funny things that we see on some of these other channels, but also primarily about like how it's interesting, that right now Nottingham Forest sits in second place. And what's interesting about that is that now, certainly more so than ever, you're starting to see some content creators that you probably would not have seen before, unless you were going up against unless your team was going up against them, and you're just doing some ops, just trying to go out there and get a good view of the other side of the fence when it comes to content creators on that represent some of these clubs that normally don't get a lot of the shine, aren't a part of the natural progression of the Big Six, as they call it. And it's interesting to see. It's actually kind of interesting to see. West Ham is not one of those teams that is getting a little bit of the shine and spotlight being shared with them. But all the same, we did have a matchup against them. So we're going to get into that shortly. But I'll allow for Brian and JK to have a little opening soiree of comments if they like. Brian, anything you want to say to the people just to say hello?
Well, no, after that result, I mean, we are kind of flying high at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I hope everybody's enjoying it as much as I am. I mean, this is kind of as good as it gets right now.
Mm-hmm.
We a couple of bad results, but we're back on track now. We're scoring goals, and like I said, watching the game last night, it looked like the players were genuinely having fun, not just enjoying it, but genuinely having fun out there and enjoying themselves. So hopefully the fans are doing the same, because it ain't going to get much better than this, lads. It really isn't.
That's such a great point. That's something we've been emphasizing on these last few shows, especially when we got berated by I remember we won the game. I forget which game it was too, but we won a game, and because we've been winning so many of them, and the first comments were negative Nancy comments about certain individual players that really overshadowed some of the things and accomplishments. I think at the time at the time of that game, speaking on, I think it was the 200th win, for instance, for Virgil van Dijk. It was I think it was something on the lines of the 100th assist, I believe, for Salah, maybe, or something along those lines. There's so many records that he breaks, it's ridiculous. But it's just one of those things. You're absolutely right. It's such a fantastic place to be, and I think the guys on the pitch are really emulating that, especially since the last time we traveled to West Ham, it was night and day difference for, in particular, Salah. it was one of the first times you really saw a blow up by Salah, which is certainly out of character for him. And it was targeting Klopp of all people, and it was certainly something that was at the moment was a little bit unsettling, but you can see that he is in a different mindset right now, and it's good to see. Very good to see. JK, you agree with those? With that?
Yeah, like same as what Brian's saying. This is as good as it gets and stuff. Hence why, for me, when I see people still moaning, I'll be moaning about the owners if they don't buy anyone. Other than that, I'm not moaning about the players, the manager, nothing. I've got nothing to moan about. They're doing their job, So for me, no time to moan right now. Support the players, support the team. Let's win.
Yeah, very so. Even Trent was doing his where he was doing the celebration where he was like, the thing I saw. I believe that's his cousin, right? Rosie, I want to say her name is, or she does content for Liverpool or LFC TV, I believe, and she got interviewed by Cop TV, and she was talking about how, what does she believe that celebration was all about, and this and that and yada yada. And she's like, she didn't read. She's not reading too much into it, but she was just saying how, there's a lot of people out there that are just, speaking on things that they don't have really that much of any real insight. We have, these tabloid style papers, propaganda merchants, basically, and in Spain, just stirring the pot as much as they can for Real Madrid. And here we are, stuck with wondering what's good or what's bad, but at most off, not recognizing the fact that we're top of the league. Who cares? We'll figure that out when summer comes. I think that the Trent thing has been decided long time ago. I think that his mind has already been made up when it comes to what he wants to do with his future. But we'll see in the summertime. I guess we'll see. And I think that, hopefully, if anything, we're able to navigate that, and not have to deal with anything on those lines. I did put together some stuff. Go ahead.
I was going to say, do you remember the time when Brendan Rodgers came in? And what it was, his sort of main job was to push Gerrard out. I always said that. In the way he's sort of respect-wise and this, that, and the other. It was like his mission was to sort of get Gerrard out, and the owners needed Gerrard to leave. He was bigger than the club, Gerrard, sometimes. And in the same way, it's a new chapter now with Slot. Got 3 big names there, and pushing them out or getting rid of them and their wages is going to be sort of a good thing business-wise off the field, but on the field, no. We're looking at it like that as well. Is Slot the face to get rid of them 3 guys in the same way Gerrard is? Because Salah right now, best player in the world.
Interesting perspective. I'll be open, and that's the one unique thing about our channel is that I'll be open to say that I don't agree with that take, but I mean, I definitely can understand. I can see what you're saying in the financial terms. 300,000, 250,000, whatever they're making, 220,000. I think he's making. It's a lot of money, but.
So
I just think that the only pushback I would say on that is because big salaries are not a big deal to these owners. I know it sounds weird. I know people are going to have a lot of pushback. Oh, FSG this, FSG that. If you saw the salaries that people make on the Boston Red Sox, you would not be saying what you're saying.
Yeah.
If you saw what, even on the Penguins, they make a lot of money. There's people on the Penguins or in hockey that make quarter of $1 billion for salaries or something like that over the term of their whole thing. They do lifetime. Sometimes they do lifetime deals in hockey. So I mean, like taking on, and that's guaranteed money too, by the way, as well. It's not like, if you get injured, the money goes away. Not saying that's not the case for football in Europe, but NFL, that's the way it is. That's the only reason why I'm stating that. But here in America, that's big time contracts is something you automatically expect to have to deal with. And that I know that they're trying to get into the NBA. If they're worried about big time contracts, they would not be trying to get into the NBA. I'll tell you that right now, because the NBA has a structure where it's called like they have a structure where if you like make it to the All-Star game team, or you make it, or you're picked on the team of the year or something like that, you fall in. You could be a designated player, and that means that you get a top salary. And the money that they're making nowadays in the NBA is astronomical. Like the players of yesteryear, like Charles Barkley, Michael Jordan, Allen Iverson, those guys made money, but they were primarily making a lot of their money from their sponsors, like, from their shoe sponsorships and or their things that they were getting the advertising dollars from. They're making good money though from the league. I'm not saying they weren't, but now the money you make in the league is astronomical. So, I mean, I just don't think that that's the angle that they would be shooting for, because they recognize that European football is very similar in the sense of you're not going to escape high salaries if you want to compete. That's just my opinion.
It's true. Like at the end of the day, De Bruyne's on 400 grand a week. For me, if Salah wants 750,
we're talking about wages.
I'll give him. If Salah wants 750, give him. Why not?
750,000.
Why not, bro? Like, at the end of the day, it's nothing compared to the Red Sox wages, Yeah,
that's true.
So for me, Salah's the best player in the world right now. Pay the brother.
Yeah, I think if we're talking about wages, this is one of those kind of boring, horrible things. And if you read it the wrong way, it sounds stupid. But if you look at the teams that have won the Premier League in the last 20 years, and you look at the wage bill in the Premier League for the last 20 years, 98% of the time, the team with the highest wage bill is the team that wins the Premier League. Now, that doesn't mean if you go out and pay everybody 500 grand a week, you win. It just means that the team that's winning is the team that's paying the highest wages, because that's where it's gotten to now. So if you have the fourth highest wage bill in the Premier League consistently for 10 years,
how
you're
far
not
back
going to win.
By the way, how far back is this?
Oh no, I'm just saying if you just go the last 20 years, right? Whatever, take back 2004. If you were just to look at the wage bill,
I think you might kind of a little low. By the way.
Sorry, yeah, but if you look at the wage bill and you look at pretty much without, you get your Leicester, you might get R1, but more often than not, the team that's won the league will be the team that has the highest wage bill. It's not that you pay the most, you win the league. It just means that winning the league usually involves having the best players
Right.
It kind of it's a horrible metric to be able to look at it when you started the season and say, oh, how do you think we're going to do this year? Well, someone could come in and go, well, you're third in the wage bill, so you're probably not going to win. Statistically, you're probably not going to win. Whereas you could go, oh yeah, but what about this and what about? But if you play it out over 20 years, it's the team who pays the most wages is the team that has won, not will win, but has won the Premier League. So you'll get your outliers, you'll get like Bournemouth, right now, but over the course of 20 years, you play it out. So to be up there, you gotta have to be, like I know what JK is saying. Look, obviously he's saying 700k, but what he's saying is like if you want the best players in the world, if you're on your already on your books, you're going to have to pay. You know,
Yeah.
you're going to have to pay
Yeah.
big money. That's
Yeah.
unavoidable at the end of the day. Do you do correctly? Yeah, you don't bring in a Casemiro who's 30 years old on 350 grand a week. That'll give you a high wage bill, but it won't win you
Yeah.
Premier League.
Right.
That's an
Right.
outlier again. That's an outlier again. You'll get Brighton, who statistically their wage bill should have them in 15th, will finish 8th because they outperform. Okay, Manchester United's wage bill should have them finishing 2nd, but it has them in 12th. Why? Because they underperform. Okay, but if you look at it and you do it right and you perform as correctly, then that's where you're going to be. So if you want to be up there, man, you got to be prepared to pay. I saw something there about Trent turning down 400 grand a week. That just, he's not turning down 400k. He's not saying that's not enough money for me. He's just saying I want to leave. You get outliers in these scenarios. Oh, really? Interesting.
What's that? Oh, Ipswich. Oh, yeah. Chelsea has a habit of dropping games like that. Not saying that's going to be the end. That's going to be the result. I don't know what is that. That game's not final, right?
No, just kicked off.
Just kicked off. Yeah,
a couple of minutes back, 20 minutes or something.
Good player. Good player.
Yeah.
Brighton already 1-0 up at Villa. Quick turnaround. Yeah, a bit of a forgotten player. He looked very good about a year and a half ago. Now all of a sudden it's like, Brighton high turnover of wingers and attacking midfielders. A year and a half ago, people were like, oh, could he play for top club? Good little player, him.
He's a good player. Delap's a good little player.
Oh, it was a penalty apparently. Okay.
Ipswich at home, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something of it. It was a penalty. Yeah, they were talking about it. I saw he's a Chelsea content creator, and he's talking about how he's been stressing that he doesn't believe that his team is in the title race simply because he knows what his team has done over recent years, and that is, have a patch of strong performances and then have a patch of poor performances against teams that they should beat and should play well against. And it goes to what I was stressing about how yesterday when in the match reaction where I was saying, I just don't think that Chelsea, as much as people are now really, really on the Chelsea bandwagon, I still don't think that Chelsea is a title contender, primarily because I just don't believe that they have not. And again, this isn't saying that this is going to end up 1-0, but I just don't think of them as being, because it can end up right now going to 4-1, I don't know, or 5-1 or something. But but it's more so that I don't think that Chelsea have proven winners on their team that have gone through title runs, and been able to sustain the levels that are necessary to get to the line.
You know what, bro? If we go back to one of your shows about a month or so ago, I said I'm not worried about Chelsea. It's what I feel, it's what I was thinking at the same time, and it's sort of shown that in the last few weeks and stuff. I think Chelsea and Forest are the only teams that have showed to be an opponent for Liverpool to win that title, and the media are going to jump on their backs and say, "Oh, Chelsea back." Are Chelsea there? Forest? Are they remembering the good old times in the 80s? Blah, blah, blah. Because why? Because Liverpool are the number one team. And they need to sort of gas these teams, I don't worry about no one, And that's the truth. Even Man City, don't worry about them, bro. Look how far they're behind, I don't want to be complacent. I don't want the players to become complacent and stuff. But for me, I don't really worry about anyone right now. I just can't wait for that away game at Forest. Okay, we've got United next at home, but that away game at Forest in a few weeks, I so want to win that game. Yeah. Not because it's 3 points. I just want to just bring them people back down to earth. You know, bring Forest fans back down to earth. You know, come on. What's going on?
Yeah. Don't let that Forest content creator hear you saying that.
Don't worry about that, bro.
Yeah, he was going off about, oh, you guys on here were just kept speculating when we're going to fall off, and every time you do, we continue to rise up in the tables. I'm like,
I never said that. Personally, I've never said that. I'm just like really surprised with what Forest are doing. As long as they beat Chelsea, Man City, Arsenal, this, that, and the other, carry on, you know. But for me, their manager's all right. I thought he was going to go back to Wolves. That was what like the news was a couple of weeks ago. It was weird. He's going to go back to Wolves. That was the news, bro.
Yeah.
And what happened? Wolves got that new guy in. He's got 7 points from 9. And he stayed at Forest, and they're doing pretty well. You know, Forest probably doing the Leicester City. You know, a one-season wonder, get relegated again. You know, but fair play to Chris Wood. He's come in, done a job, scored goals.
He's done a job. Yeah.
But I like Gibbs White. I think Gibbs White is a very good player. He's really come on leaps and bounds in the last 2 years or so. I think he's a good little player.
Yeah, I share with you. I just saw Bernie's point about how Sky had. I don't have Sky's predictions, but I'll share with you. This was the predictions, the Premier League predictions for 24-25 season. Steve Nichols in there, obviously. Julian Laurence, Nedum is in there. Awanhu, and Dan Thomas is a sports host. He's not a former player or coach or anything like that. He's just the host of ESPN FC over here in America, or at least the American version of ESPN FC. I think he might even do ESPN UK as well, the UK version of ESPN FC. But here, I'll make this also a little bit bigger for you as well, so you can see. They all had Arsenal. They all had City. Now, I will give them credit that they did. Majority did have Liverpool in third place, and that I will give it to them. Julian Laurence is the only person that picked us at least second, actually. But they all had Arsenal as the favorites. So that's why when you hear people try to push us into a corner and say, "Oh, you know, are you the favorites? Are you the favorites? Are you the favorites?" A lot of times, the reason why some of us aren't really wanting to go there with that is because none of the pundits had us picked as being the favorites in the very beginning. So obviously, we're technically, we might be the favorites now in a live table adjustment, but other than I know Barnes and I know and I think Pops were picking us to win the league early on. Maybe it's it helps when you go to, when you get the privilege of going to watch the team play, maybe you get a little bit hyped up,
But for me, bro,
predictions for you. Let me see. I'm listening.
I just felt the squad that Klopp left for Slot is capable of winning the league title. Hence why I said at the start, every year since I supported Liverpool, I said we're going to win the league. I don't want to be supporting a team that's not involved in that chit chat, But no matter what happens off the field or in the summer transfer window, I always say we're going to win the league this year. That's that's the status Liverpool Football Club are at. We're not Arsenal. We're not Man United now. Liverpool are always there and thereabout. They've had their bad seasons over the years, don't get me wrong. But in the last 10 years or so, we're there, So for me, we're going to win the league. Even if Slot, I didn't know who Slot was, what he was capable of doing. I just said, with the players we've got, we can win the league.
Yeah, that's the one of the major reasons why I was picking us to win the league this year was because I just thought that last year, I personally thought we could have and should have won the league, to be honest with you. It just so happens that we got unfortunate with AFCON being, again, kind of like a little bit of I'm trying to think of the word to use, but just the thorn in our side, basically, because obviously we have always had to have some of our best players when it was Mane and Salah. Obviously, it was those cases, but now we just have Salah on our team. Mane's moved on. Salah is still one of our big players, and he goes off and he gets hurt in that tournament. On pitches that aren't sometimes to the levels that we would prefer for them to be at, and in games that can be adjudicated a little bit differently, whether harsher or loosely allowing for them to get away certain calls. And without Salah, you remember that list of the injuries that we had at one point, where we had about 12, 13 players injured. And it wasn't like it was 12, 13 players of squad players. It was like big time players for our team, and getting through that last little bit without Diego, good chunks without Diego, without obviously Salah, without Trent Alexander-Arnold, a part of that team. If we are blessed to have those components in the final run, that'll be where it is. And I won't necessarily say the title race, I think, really begins 10, maybe 15, but 10 games, I would say, away from the end of the season. That's when you're going to get into it, because not many teams are able to go on 15 game runs. City is one of them. Obviously, we are one of them, but there's not really that many that can do it. And that's why I heard, and this is the last point, I'll land right here. There was I forget this guy, the Hooks guy or something. He's an Arsenal content creator. He's had some really crazy takes, and sometimes you can tell he's got a bone to pick. But he was speaking on Arsenal, and he was talking about, has Arsenal turned the corner, or when are you going to believe when are you going to say is Arsenal in or not in this title race? And he was saying how Arsenal has to go on a 12-game winning streak, I think, or something along those lines. And I'm like,
oh, those people, I know when they someone will be on a show and they'll say when are you going to say this? When are you going? Yeah. And they'll force them. Yeah. So when are you going to say? We'll get someone will say oh, so are you going to say Liverpool have won the league now? And you'll be like, no, of course not. It's like, so when will you say you've won it?
Right.
Will you say you've won it in February when you've got 9? Will you say it then? Yeah, those I know that kind of shit, man. It's like, look, we'll win it when we've won it, or
right.
Yeah, we can just, when it's mathematically done, that's when we'll sit here. Like you said, I think that's about right. 10 games out, if it's still within the realms of possibility, 10 games is 30 points to play for.
Yeah.
That's really, when you get to that point of the season, all the rest of it is just kind of building up. And if you're 18 points clear, then yeah, cool. You probably got it sorted. But that's when it really does. All I'll say is, look, I said, and JK will back me up, I've been saying from the start of the season that I think City are going to collapse this year. I think they're going to have an off year. I think this is the year they're going to older players off the back of a treble, yada, yada, yada. I still finished this. I thought we would finish second, but I said we would finish first if my City prediction came true, that they collapsed, if you get what I'm saying, which it has. But I thought if they just go and, kind of whatever. But I could see the collapse coming, and I thought we would be the one to win it. I didn't see Arsenal. I didn't see they all have Arsenal on top.
Yeah.
I was no, man. No. How could they all? No, that's not good, That's not, they've looked at Arteta now for nearly 5.5, 6 years, and all of them had them winning the league. Probably because what I was thinking, a bit of a dip in form for City. You won a treble, older players. No one's seen this level of a collapse coming, obviously, with Rodri. But, yeah, I would never put Arsenal ahead of us. even with a new manager. I thought the squad was rock solid. So, yeah, to me, it was second. If City did drop off.
I think.
When did he make this, by the way, Bernie? When he made, she's saying this is Neville's predictions. Is this like a
Oh, he changes them all the time. He changes them all.
because
He does his
originally
preseason.
he did not have. I don't even know if he had Liverpool in the top 4. I thought.
No, he changes them all the time. He does.
He's not going to say Liverpool.
He had United actually in the top 4.
Yeah,
The Ipswich game is still 1-0, by the way. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The goal got cancelled from Chelsea.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Up the tractor boys.
Right. Also, it's 1-0. Speaking of United, Newcastle is over. Is leading.
That was last season, bro.
Yeah.
That happened in the 4th minute. Isaac again.
Brighton's up over Villa currently, 1-0. Ipswich 1-0 over Chelsea, and 1-0 Newcastle so far in those games that are live in the first half currently. Yeah.
How is Steve Nichols saying Arsenal are going to win the league? What's he going on about?
What's that?
No, Steve Nichols, like he predicted as a Liverpool.
Oh, I know. Steve sometimes he picked us third. Yeah,
he's too much, man. He was a good little player, Steve Nichols. But some of his takes sometimes, man, chill, bro. How are we going to finish below Arsenal, man? Come on.
Yeah. I mean, they're all. I mean, if you look at these predictions, they're all over the place somewhat because they do have a lot of. The only one that picked Chelsea in the top 6 was Natum, and the only one that had us in the highest that anyone had us was Julian Laurens in second. So, but they did pick a Man City. I thought that Man City would fall off. They did do that.
Exactly. That's the point I was trying to make. That was what I saw coming. You know, I think they all saw it coming, but nobody saw it coming to this degree.
Yeah.
You know, they're all thinking, yeah, they probably won't win it again. You know, they're just playing the odds. And again, this is preseason. You have to give them the. Yeah. We're looking at it now. Christmas. They were making these predictions in August.
Right.
You know, so. But that's still a terrible call for all 4 of them to go with Arsenal to win it. That's still bad. Even without the benefit of hindsight, that's bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but they might sit there earlier and go, well, we predict City to fall off, so who else do you think is going to win it? Manchester United? No. Chelsea? No. Tottenham? No. So it's either us or Liverpool, or Arsenal or Liverpool.
Right.
So, but at least Stevie Nicol could have made the case for us winning it instead of Arsenal. Well, at least he could have done that. But
no, I mean,
I don't think Stevie does.
Could have had a go with that. He could have had you know.
Could have.
Come on, Stevie.
He just doesn't do it like that. Yeah, Stevie can sometimes.
He's too contrary. I think he knows what he's doing. He's out there to wind people up, and he does a good job.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's sitting too close to Craig Burley, so maybe that's what.
I Mr. Know-it-all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Gosh. Newcastle 2-0.
Newcastle 2-0 up already. Definitely. Jeez. Okay.
Welcome to the Premier League, Amarim.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Premier League.
I could see him getting sacked, you know. Imagine the payoff, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't sack him. And he knows it.
No.
He knows it.
Not without telling them after that. Yeah, like they brought a guy in that doesn't play their system.
Yeah.
You know, you got Harry Maguire in contention for a starting spot.
Yeah. You can't do that. Definitely can't do that.
He might walk if they get relegated.
Yeah.
Oh, if he gets them relegated, he's done, bro.
If they
that'd be funny.
If they get relegated, I would nominate, or I would suggest that we have 2 parades.
No.
One in each
Oh,
direction. One in each direction, right? So they pass each other on the way to the one going one way, the other going the other way. Yeah. I love it. That's a great idea. Yeah. Brilliant.
Oh man.
I'm wrong, probably seeing the wages he was getting offered. Hence why he ran there. Left his old club just like, I'm going, guys. I got a better offer, you know. Sort of come back and bit him in his backside, you know.
Yeah. So,
but as I said to Brian earlier, to Fozzie earlier, get rid of the Man United badge, get rid of that devil in your badge. You might have some luck.
Maybe.
Or keep it and keep going down.
Yeah.
I hope they keep it. If that's what it is, I hope they keep it. Put it all over the thing. All the way down to the League 2.
Oh, that'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
No, but could you? I know it's sorry, but it would be really, and I know it's not gonna. But can you imagine, like, just that we are so close to potentially, it ain't gonna happen. Potentially, a set of circumstances where Manchester United could be playing Manchester City in the Championship next year.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, that what a derby day. Would Sky Sports still put it on Super Sunday?
Don't
think so.
Probably not. Oh man. But geez.
Manchester is shite. I was gonna say Manchester red, Manchester blue, right? Manchester is shite right now. That's all I know.
Yeah, pretty much. It is not red nor blue. It is a different color altogether.
A very
Villa
ugly
1-1
color.
now.
Oh,
Villa 1-1. Okay. Watkins penalty.
What's that?
Villa 1-1. Watkins
Yeah.
penalty.
Villa 1-1. Absolutely. Yep. Villa 1-1. Newcastle 2-0, and still 1-0 in that Chelsea match. They're all
Who scored the second Newcastle goal?
Joe Linton.
Oh,
Gordon assist.
Yeah.
The great survivor, Joe Linton.
Yeah, he is. He absolutely is. Well, I did have something prepared for the show today in the sense of just a review of the show or review of the yesterday, because it was, as Martin Tyler likes to say, the high fives. I still wish I could find that clip. I've been looking because it's in a old FIFA. In FIFA when you played, and if you scored 5-0, he would say we have the high fives or something. He would say something along those lines, and that was like by you reaching 5-0 in a match. But the later versions of FIFA don't have it in that commentary, a part of it. But some might have forgot, and it's pretty easy to understand the outcome, judging off the outcome against West Ham yesterday. But although they sit in 13th place, West Ham were on a 4-game unbeaten streak going into that matchup. There were some that were somewhat optimistic, some that were even to the point where they were a little pessimistic about it, as in thinking that we might get surprised or might have a little bit of a letdown. But the 5-0 victory over West Ham was a crucial statement for our Reds. We maintained our dominance at the top of the Premier League table, obviously, extending our lead to 8 points now, the game in hand over, wait for it, Nottingham Forest. I know that's kind of weird to say, but our Egyptian King's brilliant performance saw him score his 20th goal of the season, and he was easily the highlight of the game. I think we all think we say, it's not putting it too far, stretching it too far, as he contributed both with his own goal and by assisting Agent Cody on his. He's his seasoned dribbling skills, vision, and positioning once again prove why he's one, if not arguably, the best in the world. It's a real conversation to have. I think more people are starting to pick up on that conversation. There's still a lot of pushback on that conversation too, by the way. And I know it's one that will be more easily had once he finishes his career. So I'm not saying that he is the best player of all time with the Premier League currently, but I definitely think that he's on a projected path towards being sitting at that table, much less maybe having a strong conversation as to sitting at the head of that table. I know that he'll probably be frustrated because he didn't get a hat trick. He probably should have had a hat trick yesterday. It would also be criminal for me not to mention one of my favorite players, one of JK's now more beloved players in his life too, Lucho, my number 7, your number 7, our number 7. Luis Diaz started off the high fives with a very brilliant goal. It was a very good reaction to a deflection, and he pounced on it, was quick to react, quick to put the goal, put a well-timed goal, had the goalkeeper going the wrong direction, and really slotted home a very good shot. It deflected off of Max Kilman, and that was Trent Alexander-Arnold had another deflected goal as well. That was, at first it looked like it was one of those like knuckleball shots where it just like hooked, but then you did see that it did deflect off of Max Kilman's, I believe, his head or a portion of his body to go in. So that was a great goal. All the same, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, And then we had Diego completing the route, benefiting Diego Hata the Shata, benefiting from a perfectly timed assist from Salah, who had started to move from his own half. So that was well done. I think much like the Irons, our Reds went into this match on a 4-game unbeaten streak, like I said, but our attacking was just absolutely sublime yesterday. It was ridiculous how great we looked. It was certainly reminiscent of how well we looked in that League Cup matchup where we won 5-1 against them. And that was at Anfield. But, 5-1 against them, we definitely know how to put a goal past their keeper. But West Ham was set up to stop us. Like, let's not get it twisted. West Ham, their coach put Aaron Wan-Bissaka specifically on the side with Mohamed Salah, just to try to be able to track him, do one-on-one man matching with him. They switched to a 5-man back line, obviously sometimes having 6, if not 7 men in the box at times. But we were just too strong. And I think the only blemish for us on the night is undoubtedly Joe Gomez's first half injury, which seemed to be a hamstring strain. It was later commented by Slot that he would probably be sidelined for a little while. And this is a certain concern because it leaves us with fewer defensive options at center half for upcoming matches. But it's a real opportunity for Kwanzaa to step up, I believe. This is an opportunity for him to shake off those jitters, to put on the big boy pants and go out there and really make something of a statement for him. He had a little bit of swagger, but he's now going to be called upon to provide it, whether it's playing platoon with as a platoon center half with Ibu, because I don't want to see Ibu in this Manchester United matchup if we don't have to. And it's also a case where why I say I don't want to see Ibu in this matchup is because I want to make sure that Ibu is fully fit and healthy. I don't want to rush him back. He's already ahead schedule, but I don't want to see him rush back and expect him to just go out there and give a full 90, which is very unlikely. So I think it's immensely my last point of my prepared speech here is that
you're not serious.
What's that?
3-0 already. Dude, there's only 25 minutes Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah.
There's only like half an hour gone in that game. They're already
You
3-0
sure?
up.
That goal
Someone
doesn't.
just put in the chat there 3-0.
I don't think so. It has, at least it hasn't been updated on this right here on my little app. And the app is pretty pretty. It still says 2-0.
Oh, it's offside. Ruled offside.
Yeah.
Offside. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you have been surprised though? Would you have been surprised if they gone 3-0? Well, that's my reaction. Yeah, kind of. Like.
Oh, I won't be surprised if people are walking out by halftime.
Oh, one more and they will. One more and they will. Yeah. 2 they won't. 3 they will.
They're in the 32nd minute. And
who scored the offside goal? Who scored the offside goal?
Oh, I didn't see it.
Jared can tell us who was it that scored the goal that was offside. Jared, a bit of any minor detail you can add, much appreciated.
What I was just going to say finally, while we wait for that update. Look, for our Reds, I believe this win underlined our title credentials, not only with Salah in such devastating form, but with the supporting cast around him stepping up. That is so crucial. Like, as I know, people keep calling us or trying to call us Salah FC, or talking about how much of our offense is generated by Salah, and I'm not disputing the fact that a good bit of our offense is being created by Salah, but that's what superstars do. And if you look at any team in the league, for the most part, that's what you see on every contending team. Is you have a player that is a generator of your goals. So I know it gets under the skin that we lost to Forest, especially annoying to some that we lost to them, to myself included, that we lost to them at Anfield. But it does show something of our level as Forest sit for the time as the next best team in the table to us. I think that's very, very important to recognize. And what's immensely telling is Nottingham Forest trails far behind us, and our title rivals like Arsenal, or some want to put Chelsea in that term. City isn't necessarily being mentioned in that light, since they've had a catastrophic fall off. But they're even further adrift than us. So there's still plenty of work to be done. But it would appear that we are in prime position for this title. I love the fact that some people are finally appreciating it, breathing easy a little bit more, enjoying some of the finer points of the season. And who knows? Maybe we lift not only one trophy, maybe we'll lift multiple trophies at the end of this year. So should be a good one. I have a player ratings that now, after my long spiel about review, after my little op-ed style review of the game. And while we still do have these games going on in the background, it looks like they are about to go to halftime in the Ipswich game. They're still not up at the Villa game, and they are still at 2-0 in the Newcastle game. So I put together something that I wanted to share too again. So I put together the ratings. I put together the ratings for the entire team. We can go through our own individual ratings. But I did put together a quick little synopsis of what I thought was the game, or what was the game for both teams, actually. So I'm going to show you this real quick. No worries, Trap Job. No worries. The autocorrect can get kind of wild. Let me bring this up too. Oops. So this is I put together ratings for all of the teams or both teams, all players, and this was the ratings I had to rock and roll with. Put in with the subs because there's a lot of players. I thought West Ham played really poorly, obviously, but I think the best player on their team was probably Kudus. I know I have Ali in at 65. That's probably because Ali didn't have to really do much of anything, so that's just like a pretty average grade. I know I have Gomez at a 65, but that's just because he got taken off so early in the game, didn't have an opportunity to really perform. But you can see the big names that we had on there, big names that I had on there that were obviously the exceptional names on there for us. So with that said, I'm going to say this. Let's get your opinions on some of these ratings. We can start off with let's start off with Ali. What did you guys have Ali being rated in this game? I'll bring up his graphic. Give me 1 second. But what did you have for Ali?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, JK.
Yeah, straight up 75. Clean sheet is a definite 70 with me. He made a few stops. They had no shots on target, bro. I don't think the whole game.
Yeah.
So for me, Alisson, it was like a holiday for him yesterday. So I'll give him a 75.
Yeah. It's easy to fall asleep in those games too. So I will give him credit for that. Like as in when you're not really facing much. And then he did, he was fortunate. I know that it doesn't matter. He obviously played it well enough, but Kudus had a great shot that beat him, but it actually happened to hit the post and Kareem off the post correctly for our cases. And that could have been a difference changer. That really could have been a big difference changer for us. How about for you, Brian? What was your rating for Ali?
Yeah, it is a hard one, isn't it? Kind of when it's just bits and pieces. You can't go and give him a 90, you can't go
right. Yeah.
It is Christmas, bro.
Yeah. It's not like he pulled, if he, we got a 5-0, he pulled off a couple of worldies in between, some of those Kudus shots were on target or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He did get beaten by that Kudus shot. So
there was another shot I think he got beat by too that hit off the.
Yeah.
There was
75 sounds about right. Yeah, JK gave him 75. I'll go with that. I'm happy with that. Yeah. I'll be at 75.
Okay, 75. Okay, all right. 75 it is. How about we go? Can we go with a 70 then maybe? Can we do a 70? Does that sound fair?
Well, you got two more 75s. You got Bernie 75.
Everyone's giving 75.
Everyone's giving 75.
Yeah, I think that's 475.
They're trying to knock.
Right down to
85.
Trap Joe trying
85.
Trap Joe trying to put the thumb on the scale there. Yeah.
You're not getting your 70 there. You're not getting your 70. You're putting the thumb on the scale. Hey, look, that's an allegation. That is.
Not getting 70.
Look at what I've got to give Alisson 70.
I know he hates changing his original scores.
Yeah,
you know this. He hates changing his original scores.
Yeah. That's why
we got 4 75s and an 85. You can't get 70.
Got you. We got him in that 75. There you go. He looks happy about it too. There you go.
He's happy.
He's angry about your 75. He's angry about your 75 or your 70 as well.
Maybe. He's like,
yeah.
How dare you give me a 70?
I'll get you 12. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
He's like, you give it to the chat. He's like, trust the chat.
How about for our captain then? Let's move on to our captain.
Our captain
what would you
like
give our
Pippo Inzaghi at the end, or not Pippo, Andrei Shevchenko cutting in and playing like a number 9.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, come on, man. What was he up to yesterday? He was loving it. He was
dying.
If he could play that game, man. If he could have played that game again, he's like, let me back out there. That was great fun. Brilliant. 90.
Okay. How about for you, JK? Tropico gave him a 90 as well. Yeah.
He was top class yesterday, Virgil. I'll give him an 85.
Okay. All right. So we got 2 90s. I already showed my scores. And 285s, 385s. Okay. All right. Anybody else? 86. Okay. All right.
85, 90, 86, 90, 85.
I think if he
Two
scored that
90s,
goal,
two
then you get an
85s.
90s.
Oh, if he'd scored that goal, man, he could
Yeah.
just rip up the contract. He can walk off the pitch. He can retire undefeated and say that there's
yeah.
nothing else I can do. There's
Yeah.
nothing else I can do. There you go.
I think. Let's bump him to an 87.
Football completed. You know.
He's got it in him to actually score them type of goals. That's now
I'd like
beauties. You know.
He used to take a brilliant free kick for Celtic.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of their main guys on free kicks.
He talked
was
about that.
Really good. Yeah, really, really good. He's got
not necessarily about this his time at Celtic, but I meant like he talked about he was asked the question about, oh well, you used to take free kicks, or you're good at free kicks. Why don't you take free kicks on this team? And he's like, we have a free kick taker as Trent. He's like, I'd like to see him make more of them, but he's got the talent to make more of them. But that's only because he's got the talent to make more of them. So so he's like, so I don't have an issue or problem taking a backseat for Trent.
It's when Trent isn't on the pitch, I wouldn't mind seeing him, but it's been so long now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like he used to take them a lot for Celtic, so that's one of those things you kind of do need a bit of rhythm in it. Oftentimes you see Trent get a free kick and he'll miss by 10 yards. The next one is a lot closer. You know, sometimes you need that one to get you know, if he's only taking one every 10, 15 games. Yeah, but he has it in his boots, man. Has it in his boots, no doubt.
Yeah, do you ever see he does that crossbar challenge thing where like he tries to hit the crossbar.
Yeah.
And he's got precision. He's got real precision with his strike. Talent.
If you can pass the ball the way he can 70 yards, you can ping in a top corner. You've got technique in your boots. He did red arm. He started as a striker for his Groningen. He was there, I think. But big, strong lad, all the technique in the world. Should score. We see what it is whenever Birds gets a header from corner, it's always on target. It's always hit pure and with power. He never skews them off. He never has these they're always directed. They don't go in all the time, but he never has. His technique is always like 90. Just quickly with Joe, I think unfortunate. I'll give him a 50. I have to go off after half an hour. Yeah.
Okay. How about I gave him a 65? How about for you, JK?
I'm going to give him a 70 because it was a clean sheet when he was on the pitch. So I'm going to give him a 70.
Yeah, you could see it when he ran up. It's like,
there's
something wrong there. Yeah, no contact, nothing. And he's like, I'm off. It's like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Let's see.
He wasn't even sprinting or stretching.
It was nothing,
just
really.
Almost jogging. Yeah, it was nothing. It was a nothing thing of all time. Someone said when we were watching it, he was holding it before. He thinks it had gone before that. That's why he was kind of almost walking to that ball. And it looked like he got a kick on the foot, but it was not. And then he's just sitting there going, no, I'm done. I'm out. You're like, oh, shit, man. Those are always the worst ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot of saying today. It could be quite a while. You know, so Ebo can't get back fast enough.
Yeah. How about
if you got a game, it's a week from yesterday's game till United. The that will give Kwanzaa time to get focused on his game, thinking, you know what, I've got a chance here. So that's a good thing. And then Konate sort of around the corner to be fit. Gomez is going to take at least 6 weeks in it. A month.
Looks like 4, 5, 6, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, one of them ones. So, yeah, man. Gomez is looking all right yesterday.
Gomez was starting to come.
Great.
He was starting to come into real form, I think. So, I think he'd really like settled into
playing again. Yeah,
into playing again consistently, starting, and it's a real shame to see Joey have to, be sidelined on again a hamstring injury, which is, hopefully it's a mild. Hopefully it's a mild.
Yeah.
You never know. I mean,
I think by the looks of it, he popped it, and he kind of felt it, and then that thing happened. So it wasn't like he went down to me. Yeah, it looks. I reckon it's like between like a grade 1, 2, or 3. I reckon it's right in the middle. I don't think it's the worst one. He didn't because he was just jogging, but he did it before. Clearly,
yeah,
he'd done it before that. So
yeah,
we're right down to the bare bones again. Yeah, he didn't want to walk out. He's just, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to hurt it. But we're down to 3 now. We're down to 3. We'll get on with the ratings. So we get on with the ratings.
Robbo. Let's move on to Robbo. What did you have?
Bar that. Yeah. I think I'm going to give him a 80. I think it was good. Bar that first thing he did, that little. Other than that, real good, I think.
Okay. How about for you, Bri?
Yeah, 75. Yeah, I think a good game, 75. He's up against Kudus in the beginning until they inexplicably put him on the left and then put him back in the middle. But for the start, he was up against Kudus, who is tricky customer, great players, so he handled that well. Clean sheet, yeah, 78.
Okay. I gave Robbo a 70. What'd you give him again, JK? I know Brian gave him 78. What'd you give him?
An 80.
An 80? Okay.
Because I watched his game closely yesterday, Robertson, and challenge-wise, everything pretty perfect, actually. Bar that first little opportunity he offered West Ham at the start of the game. He was sort of solid, bro. But I really watched him closely. One of his better games, I would say.
Okay.
Well, is that what Red is talking about? Red is saying played well, apart from the now common blooper.
Blooper, yeah, bro. I know what you mean. It's going to come in the game. We don't know when.
What's the boys call it? 12th man. What is it? The Capri Sun crew call it? The Bozo gene, right? The Bozo moment. Yeah, the Bozo moment. Yeah, look, it's going to happen up against a guy like that, maybe. Or yeah, I know it wasn't necessarily against him, but look, 5-0, up against some good attackers.
What about the guy on the other side that stepped up? He was definitely, you could tell Trent likes to get involved in getting involved in different ways in the offense. Found himself central and outside the box to take a shot, and definitely got fortunate with the deflection. But it was still a cracker of a shot, it was a well-struck shot. What do you rate on our vice captain?
I'm going to give him an 80 as well, bro.
Okay.
Actually, make it an 85 because he got a goal. I think he played pretty well. He handled their wingers, the ones who were sort of attacking him.
Yeah.
Defensively, much better now. It looks a bit more steady. Reads the game a bit better.
Yeah.
Like for me, I was saying to Brian earlier on, I think, what it was when he scored yesterday, when he scored
Go ahead.
When he scored yesterday, when he put his ear out, I wanted him to grip the shirt badge at the same time. You know, I was just waiting for him to do that. I was like, come on, bro, do it now. And that will get all Liverpool fans off your head, off your case, you know.
Well, he did. He did. His celebration did definitely,
Rustle
bring
some
attention.
feathers.
Yeah.
I like the celebration. Maybe he was like, yo, what are you guys all talking about? I'm here to stay. You know, it could be that.
About?
You know, because like for me, I don't think he would do that ear thing, thinking, you know what, I'm in Madrid come the summer. You know, so you got to look at it like that.
Well, I mean, it's definitely hopeful, wishful thinking. I don't know I don't know exactly what it was all about. I'm sure some journalists will try to ask him what it was, particularly targeting, but Fred Armchair supporter. Yeah. They got matching tattoos or something. But yeah. I saw an interesting one too. Interesting interview. I see people's ratings for him. I'm gonna keep him at a 80. Did you give your rating for him, Brian?
No. Okay. You boys, I mean.
Yeah. What was your rating?
For Trent. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I'm not going super high. Great game and all that, but one of those games where back in the day he would have like a huge impact. It's just a slightly different, more reserved version of Trent. So it's got to be just maybe an 80.
Okay. For all the ratings, 87, 85, 85. JK gave him 85. I think originally I gave him an 80, but I think we can bump it up to an 83. Be fair with everyone's grades. I saw an interview with him, and he was asked a question. So Dominic Szoboszlai was asked about the bromance that they have, right? And asked if he is if that's his best, if he's Trent's best friend on the team. He said, "Oh,
I was unaware of said bromance."
Yeah. Oh, they definitely have a bromance for sure. They've had it since last year, for sure. Since from the very gate that he walked in the door, like Trent and him were like, thick as thieves. I think it's that, right? But but he was also asked about Salah was asked about his friendship with Trent and if he was his bestie. And it's just funny. It was just funny. And I mean, these are all puff pieces and PR pieces and the likes. And he was asked in an interview, well, give us your answer. Who is your best friend? And I'm just like, okay, first off, who the heck cares? But anyway, it kind of took him back for a little bit. He was extremely he was kind of laughing about it, and he thought about it for quite a while, and then he said Salah is his best friend. And yeah.
So hang on, who was asked that? I thought you said Salah was asked who his best friend was.
Well, yeah, in previous interviews, both Dom and Salah were asked,
"Oh, sorry,
Trent's best friend," and they both and Dom kind of said, "Oh, you should ask him that. Don't ask me," and then Salah said, I think Salah said he thinks he is his best friend. But
they had a very little interesting chat yesterday. Did you see that after Mo did that ridiculousness in the box? Trent had a lot to say. Trent didn't just walk up and kind of go nice one. He had a lot to say. He was like, wow, it was a kind of the camera was on for 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And Trent was talking. It wasn't that was really. I'd love to hear what they were saying.
Yeah.
I don't care about it, but I'd love to hear what Trent was actually saying to him then. Because it wasn't just oh man, nice, and that was ridiculous. He had a lot to say to him about it. That piece of skill. Oh Jesus, man, we need to
Yeah.
Oh, that was someone said today. Not a Liverpool fan. The guy isn't a Liverpool fan. He's not a Arsenal fan, and he said, "You're good when you remind someone of me." Sorry. You know you're good when you remind someone like me of Dennis Bergkamp.
Mm,
Like
high praise.
he just said, yeah, watching that move reminded me of Bergkamp. That is
Mm,
high praise. Yeah, this come from a guy with no skin in the game. He's like, that was special. That little bit of, and then the dribble later on. Where did that
yeah,
come from? When
yeah,
did you
yeah.
turn into Lionel Messi, prime false nine Barcelona 2012? Where did that come from, Mo? Running through the middle of the pitch, beating people. That's not you. It's such a special performance. Yeah. And some very, look, some people have their agendas, some people have their opinions. Okay, there's a difference. But there was some people yesterday that have opinions and agendas at the start of that game were made to look, in my opinion, very, very foolish at the end. Because there was a lot of Mo this, Mo that after he missed one chance in that game. Well,
It's why
Mental.
you're spot on. I can't like it's tough. Some like I enjoy watching the game. Obviously, we with your Reds and other people and the likes. It's a little bit different when you're depending on what setting you're in. When you're on a watch along, it could be different than for instance, and when you're at the at your pub or at your your local supporter pub or something like that, or maybe when you're actually at the physical game, you might react or you might have different comments to be offered when there. But you're right, it's wild when you see someone miss a shot and all of a sudden they're trash or they're crap. Oh, they're this, they're that. And it's like, it's one shot. You know, like I get that we want to see him score like we all would love to see every shot be a goal. But
Yeah, that's just disrespect, bro. That guy gave his soul to the club. How can you even raise your voice to Mo Salah? Like, where is the respect in modern day football fans? We've seen it with the Jurgen Klopp, how some fans sort of were towards him at the end of his sort of career with us. And when I hear things about Salah, I'm thinking, if it weren't Salah, we're Man United this season. There you go.
Oh goodness! Yeah.
Get out of it, man. These fans nowadays are
that's a bit harsh, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
No, bro, take Salah's goals away and assists. We're Man United. Simple as that.
I guess, yeah. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, they definitely do not have a, Saka or Palmer or even Salah type player that is contributing, or even a Nicholas. More so, I would even go as it's less about Cole Palmer, it's more about Nicholas Jackson when it comes to Chelsea as to whether they fly or fall. But yeah, he was apologizing because he's apologizing to the rival goalie. Yeah, because he's a noble person. He's a noble person. All right, let's get back to this. Let's get back to it. Bring this back up here. So, Gravy. What did we think of Gravy yesterday? Avoided the yellow card like we all were hoping he would do. Commentators were saying that they could tell that he wasn't going into some challenges, at least on my side of the pitch, of the pond. They were saying that. Okay. I had him I grab at 70. Good, solid game. Nothing crazy.
Good solid game. Not his best though.
Yeah.
Bisto is a what do you call it? Like a company that makes gravy in England. It's called Bisto. So I just said it weren't his best though.
He wasn't his best though.
Yeah, I think for me a standard 75. I think he played good. He played good. He was clean, bro. Didn't get a yellow card and stuff. About 75.
Holy crap!
Whoa! Let's have a look. It is 2-0. Amari Hutchinson, another guy I was talking about, scoring to lap as well. Wow, 2-0.
Wow.
Yeah, they lost 2-1 to Fulham the other day. And this is what I'm saying about football fans sometimes. Don't go over the top about opposition teams. Chelsea, like can you imagine a few weeks ago the way Chelsea fans were? We're in the title race, and we're the greatest and whatever. Now look at it, bro. 2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I don't listen to fans really no more. In that way, Liverpool fans, yeah, but everyone else, man, they any glimpse of light in any way. Look at Nottingham Forest now. You'll have loads of content creators, Nottingham Forest ones now.
No,
Why?
yeah.
They're in second position.
Gravy.
Gravy,
Gravy.
man. They're taking, yeah. It's all about the gravy.
2-0 Ipswich. Nice.
Amari Hutchinson, bro, the guy from Chelsea, he's a good little player, man.
Is that confirmed? Is it no? There can
Yeah,
be
it's
no
2-0. It is 2-0.
no VAR or nothing. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it is 2-0.
Man.
All right. So I see a 70 in there for Bernie, 80 from Trap Joe, and 82 from Red Armchair Supporter. You gave him a 75. Brian, what do you give him, Gravy?
I will give him. Hard to call that one actually. As in how high to go, because they're all great. 75. It sounds about right. Yeah, in the middle. 75.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Bernie, your joke was funny. Mbappe on one and Bellingham on the other. Too funny, man. That was a good one.
Let's drop it in on a 72 for Gravy. All right. How about for Macca yesterday? Another solid game.
Oh.
I think Macca. I think when it comes to Macca, I think that you really, really appreciate the little things from him.
Solid.
Yeah, solid.
Underselling.
You understand how important he is to being the link to make everything really go.
You can tell he's Argentinian in the way he plays.
Yeah.
I think solid is underselling.
I'm gonna give him a 90, bro. Yeah. I think he's like, he's one of my favorite players. Why? Because he's 100%. He's none of this 50-50. He goes in. I've seen it. He's got into challenges. I'm thinking, what are you doing, bro? So he's doing it. He's putting a shift in. And passing wise, top class. When he's got the ball, the game's at our level, at our speed, at our tempo. Hence why I really like McAllister. He controls the game well. I'm going to give him a 90.
Yeah, some is passing yesterday. Superb. I think he's one of the best, most possibly underrated passers of the ball out there. He doesn't get enough opportunities because maybe sometimes he's working too hard, involved a little bit. But when you give him the ball, he doesn't need 2 seconds. He doesn't need a first touch. He can play it first time. And that is priceless. If you got a player that can see a run and hit that run first time, that's priceless. That's what kills a team. That's what kills a defense. I saw him. Yes, we've seen him do it a lot this year. I'd love to see him do it more. Get him in. Yeah, I love to. I think he's brilliant. Yesterday, 88. Yeah.
Okay.
We've got Aston Villa 2-1 now.
Yeah.
Goals going in everywhere.
Rodgers, assist by Watkins. Yeah. Rodgers looks the player from Villa. I like him.
Yeah.
Good little player he is.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to that Ramsey lad. Remember Ramsey?
Well, he's still there, I think.
He's still there. He's injured or something, but he was really good.
He was last year as Rodgers.
Yeah, he was last year as Rodgers. Yeah. Yep.
A lot of 90s for him. All right. I'm going to have to, guess, bring him up. I had him at 80. So let's put him at 85. All right.
88.
And how about for Cujo?
Mm-hmm.
Someone that possibly wouldn't have been the selection if Sabasli hadn't been injured, or no, excuse me, injured, so, hadn't been suspended. But there is a chance that he could have by on just a rotation. He has been playing well, and he's been really starting to make the 10 something that you can rely on him for. I know a lot of people put it this way: he has certainly lessened the shouts, and if not the some of the crying, but more of the shouts for Elliott to return and basically take over the 10 role for Dom and for even Cujo. I thought he had a decent game yesterday. Played well. I had him at a 70 though. What did you have Curtis at, Brian?
Yeah, 68. Yeah, just of the performers, solid. Yeah, but not spectacular, definitely. So because of some of the scores I'm giving other people, I have to just tuck it under a little bit. So
Okay.
68.
Okay.
70 is fine. No, 70. Call it 70.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him 80 because I feel he was really good yesterday in the way he was like the furthest forward, furthest player on our team. In most of the game, he was the guy at top, sort of trying to shut the goalie down, then playing from the back and stuff. I just like his energy yesterday. He was in control of the game. Everything he was doing, it was working out pretty well. Real good game by Curtis, man. I'm gonna give him an 80. I'll give him an 80. Yeah.
Okay. That means I'm going to have to bump him up 70, 75. No, maybe a slight bump to his numbers. 72, maybe.
He deserves a 75.
You think he deserves a 75?
I think he was good, man. I watched the game again last night. He was everywhere.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'll go with that then.
And that's me, bro. You know me. I wasn't
Yeah,
Jones's
yeah.
biggest fan.
Yeah.
So I'll say it as I've seen it.
No, if you watch it
no
back
comment.
and there's the stuff you see when you watch the game, like
Yeah,
as it's
true.
happening, but then there's obviously the stuff you see when you know the result. But as it's happening, you're watching where's the ball with that.
Yeah,
You don't see the other bits and pieces. So if you're saying he was all and he deserves 70, I'll go with that one because I was undecided. I'm not saying I'm going with that. It's just I was kind of undecided. So if you watch it back, I'm sure 12 fans watched it. Well, I know you were kind of indisposed yesterday, but I'm sure you'll have seen again. So if he's done the unseen work that you only see, I'm happy to bump him up.
Yeah.
Great slide tackle.
How
He did one tackle bank. I was like, yeah, man.
Okay. I have him.
Yeah, gotta love a slide tackle. Gotta love a slide tackle.
I love a slide tackle. That's the best thing I used to love about football, doing slide tackles.
Wet grass slide tackle. Oh,
geez, can't be it.
Come on. Diving headers and slide tackles. Come on.
Whoa.
How about for Cody, Agent Cody?
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah, man. What a guy.
More of you, please. More of this, please.
Top professional. Top guy. Always smiling. And when he scores, he's happy. And what it is now, I think he's sort of cemented a position in the front three. He's that good now. Isn't it, Brian? So he's done that with hard work and being sort of patient. Top professional. Really, really happy after some things fans were saying at the end of last season. Gakpo wasted money, should have got Man United. This, that, and the other. Went to the Euros, top scorer. Didn't start the season, but then eventually got his game time. And since then, the sky's the limit, as Biggie Smalls would say.
There
And let's
you
start
go.
calling him Biggie from now on. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to give him a 90 for yesterday as well. He's one of them.
Biggie Cody is the illest. Biggie Cody is the illest. There you go.
Yeah, man.
Okay, all right. I see a 90 from Red Armchair Supporter, a 90 from Bernie. Everybody has some high scores for Agent Cody. Let's see.
Nolante, how are you, man?
Oh, bless Nolante.
Big up Nolante.
Yeah, big up guys, man. Big up the chat, man. All good, man. I'll let you continue with the Agent Cody's rating.
Yeah, jump in. You want to put a rating for Cody?
Throw a number.
Yeah, Cody, Agent Cody. He's to be fair, he's turning up. I think Cody listened to me when I said sometimes you don't need to be predictable. You need to go in and out. And that is what is adding to his game, and he's been on fire, man. I mean, you got to go easy, go really, but yeah, man, 90.
And you know what I like about us guys? We always sort of pinpoint certain things about players that they could do or improve, and it seems to work. I used to remember about Harvey Elliott. I used to moan about Harvey Elliott that he supports Liverpool. He's a good little player. But the only problem with him is his in-game crossing the ball. And and he's improved it like vastly. Like he can get assists now. So I've noticed that like everyone says their piece about a player, they won't make it into an agenda. But at the end of the day, they sort it out. You know, Diaz, another guy. You know, I'm just happy with Gapco. I'm just happy for him because I think he's a good guy. And
yeah. He reminds me a lot of his character. Reminds me a lot of Bobby in a sense, and Ali too.
He's a chill guy.
Yeah, very religious.
God,
Obviously, like, all about
praise the Lord.
Religious person, but like it's not like he's religious, but it's not like he's trying to make you make you a disciple of his religion. It's just an important part of his life, and the devotion that he has and everything else with it allows for him to really focus on a belief and faith in that there'll be rough times in that you'll go through, but he'll get through. He'll get through it. Has a new baby as well. Just got a new baby not too long ago. Life is going well for him, and I'm glad to see that Cody's getting a lot of the proper recognition. All right. So we're gonna give Cody a 90, I guess, right? Is that the final score? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'd give him. I would have given him an 85. But I've been saying it for a while. I think you remember from probably some of the first shows we ever did together. I've been saying that he's the best finisher at our club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mo can do things, but he has and I know that a lot of you're talking about the predictability, but also with that predictability, there is also the fact that he has that one kind of power move. Like Aaron Robin was predictable. Everybody knew what Aaron Robin was going to do, but there's a big difference between knowing what he's going to do and stopping him. And I think Cody has that thing where you give it to him, he cuts in and he bends it. If he times it right, you might know he's going to do it, but you can't stop it. No. Now, obviously, he has to bring other things into his game, but I don't mind the fact that he's got that that thing in his locker. Like I just think it's a modern day Aaron Robin in the making. But he also has those
legendary Dutch player too.
Yeah, exactly. He has those things otherwise to his game, but you play him on the left, he cuts in, he bangs in the top corner. If that's all he does, I mean, I'll take it if he does it 20 times a season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I'm pretty cool. But I know what Nolante's saying. You need variation. But I also love the fact that he has this kind of unstoppable thing that he can do. I like that about him. I'm not going to rag on it. at all. I'm not going to rag on it. And and also someone said I think he has. A couple of weeks ago, we were sitting here going, Cody Diaz, who's it going to be? I think that conversation is over now.
Mm-hmm.
I think that conversation is well and truly over. When it comes to a Premier League game, it's going to be Cody, it's going to be Mo, and does Diaz play in the centre or not? I think that's the point we've gotten to right now, kind of without realising it, but I think that's where we are. Cody's the man in this team on the left for me.
Yeah. Yeah. He did. Ernie, he did. He possibly could have used the guy that hooked up Salah with his hair transplant.
Oh, damn.
Strays. Catching strays.
Turkey El Shahid. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, but we all know Aaron Robin was getting served in the off license when he was 12.
Yeah,
he had hair, man.
Yeah, he was 13. He's like, you win, man. You look old enough.
Yeah. God, yeah.
His parents
He's in
send him to the
20s.
store to pick up like a pack of smokes and a 6-pack of beer at age 12. Oh man, that's horrible. Lucho. What do you have for Lucho as your rating? What do you have for Lucho? Let's start with Nolante, actually.
Lucio, man, what did this place keep doing to me, man? Keep disrespecting me. Every time I say I don't want him in a false nine, he turns out a blinder. Oh my god. I'm gonna shut up now. Keep disrespecting me, Lucio, man. Don't do this to me. Stop upsetting your fellow Colombian, Mr. Angel, Mr. Chris Angel, wherever you are in the world. I know 12 can get your contacts easily, but that's fine. Chris, I've got a glass of apple juice for you. But anyway, you know what, man? What can I say? I mean, he's good. I need to probably, as I just said, I need to kind of shut up right now because he's performing in the role. So, and the next question, which we can do it after the match reaction, is that our new best front three now? Because it's going to.
Well, I was going to ask you the question, Alante.
Oh,
I was
okay,
going to
bro.
hit you where it hurts. And you kind of led it up to it yourself. But do you still think we needed a focal point in that game?
Well, we did it in that game, Brian.
We
The other
didn't
one
after that, did we? Did we?
We
No,
did.
I know. Look, you can come back at me, but yeah,
That's fine,
yeah,
Brian.
yeah. You did say, "Well, I don't like it. We need a
Yeah, I
focal point.
did. I'll be honest. Yeah, I did say I've not liked it. And these kind of I've just been shut up, really, haven't I? Just put some tobaccos in my mouth.
But in the way we all want to be shut up, in the way we all want to be proved wrong, and we go out and do something 5-0.
Dribble merchant, I was told. Dribble, no end product. Dribble, no end product. Dribble.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Though. He's it was nice. You got to take that look, right? Takes a shot.
That was a good finish, man. That was a really good finish.
Yeah, no, it's a great finish, and off we go.
Yeah, reacted well.
And off we go as soon as that goes in. Because I missed the first bit. I saw.
Oh, Brian. Have you catch up the highlights, Brian? Yeah,
the Gakpo chance. I saw that, but I missed it. But then there was the other two chances before that that we could have probably been 1 or 2 or 3-0 up. But all of a sudden, that Diaz one goes in, and then the floodgates open. Then off we go. Sometimes that's all it takes, you know. And it went in, and it's good. You love it the way it fell for you. The way it felt to him, he's I'm gonna hit that, man. I'm gonna hit this shit, and he just absolutely did. He buried it, lovely, and away we go. Next thing you know, it's 5-0, and we're off back to Liverpool. You know, jelly deals and knees up, Mother Brown, and all that. Yeah, come on. Yeah. Those are Cockney things, by the way, in case anybody's wondering. Jelly deals and knees up, Mother Brown. Those are things that Cockney people like, just in case anyone was wondering.
Okay.
Nobody else knows what they are.
Oh, okay. Yeah. 12th. I just suggest you don't write.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Yeah.
dealing with it. I'm dealing with it.
Okay, no problem, 12th. I'll leave that to you. I'll leave that to you, 12th. I was just like,
Yeah.
I think you kind of need to take that back a bit. But anyway, I'll leave that to
Yeah.
you. My rating for Diaz, look, like Brad, you just said it excellently, and obviously 12. He was busy. What can I say? Even the first goal, when we played the attempt to play the through ball to Jones, sometimes it can get cut out, but the attempt was there, and again he followed it up, and he was a live wire. I can't lie. Can't lie. Some questions I've got to ask myself about Lucho now in terms of this role slot. So I'll just be quick. 86.
86. Okay.
Yeah.
How about for you, Brian?
Oh yeah, I'll go with the 80. Yeah, nice, straight up 80.
Yeah.
Spoken on enough. Get a great little game there. Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, JK.
Yeah. Best up Lloyd and Ethan. Diaz got the game. He got the show rolling. With that goal.
Yeah.
I like the way he striked it. Bang. None of this.
That's actually Ethan's dad. But go ahead. I got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Diaz, I don't know. Like Diaz is a ball retainer. Ethan's dad. Against any team, Diaz does what he does. I think yesterday he had the opportunity to score a goal. He could have got more, but I just think he's a live wire. Keeps the ball when we need him to do it. Works hard for the team. He was running all game yesterday as well. So I'm going to give him an 85.
That's the thing about that. I think some people really, I've mentioned it a bunch of times, but I mean, I think people sometimes undervalue it or don't appreciate it as much. But he puts in a lot of minutes for us, for a player that's gone through some nasty little injuries in his life, but he's still putting in some high quality, high velocity games for us, which is exceptional, very exceptional to see. Okay, Jake, are you there? Or am I?
Yeah.
No, sorry. I was waiting. I was wondering where the question mark was.
No. I was just bringing up the part. I was just piggybacking off of what you were saying about him. Getting a full game.
I have a question. So right, everyone's fit tomorrow, right? Everyone's bang, right? Good to go. We're doing this.
Is it for Man U? Is it?
Oh no! Say what? Right, we're playing. Okay. So it's a proper game. We're playing a good team at home, right? A good team at home. Chelsea, Arsenal, something like that. Everyone is fit. Are we playing Luis Diaz in the middle or Diogo Jota in the middle?
I'm playing Diaz. He worked yesterday. Worked the game before. I'm going Diaz.
I think it really, for me, it depends on our opposition. I know that sounds like
it's Arsenal at home. It's Arsenal at home. It's
if it's Arsenal at home.
It's not necessarily Arsenal. It's a top team at home in the game that matters.
Arsenal's a top team, and it's
that's a top team.
We have to win at home. We can't get
Brighton
at home.
Yeah. Arsenal are not even like even a Real Madrid or something like that. But it's a top game. It's a game we want to win.
Yeah.
We want our best 11 out.
Capco, Diaz, Salah.
Yeah. It's not no random cup game. It's a top team. Arsenal, Inter Milan, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Chelsea, Man City. Yeah. It's a real big game. It's a top game. You want everyone's fitting rear to go. Are you going Diaz over Diogo Jota or Diogo Jota over Diaz? Because I've made the call. You only get one. You don't get Gakpo. Gakpo's starting. Salah's starting. Nunes isn't starting. So it's either Diogo or Diaz. I'm still going Jota, by the way. I'm still going Jota.
Yeah.
Love Diego. Obviously, I would even give a shot for Nunez, but I would put Lucho in. From what I've seen this team work with that three up front, and if it's tomorrow, considering both of those left wingers are in possibly, you know, the best forms of their, you know, Liverpool careers.
No, you go Diaz. No, I
Yeah,
just
I
want
go with the
that's
hot
cool.
hands. I would go with the hot
No, it
hands.
just means everyone's fit, everyone's raring to go kind of thing.
Mhm.
And right now, I'd still go with Diogo Jota, but Diaz is kind of. I like the way he's made Gakpo's place his own kind of by, without realizing it, giving up his own left wing spot, kind of.
I think you can. I think
Almost.
oh, sorry, Brian. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut across you.
No, I just meant like that. I just think it's nice the way we've kind of Slot has kind of surreptitiously kind of
Yeah, that's the word. Yep.
made some changes without
Mhm.
people even realizing that all of a sudden it's like, oh, I play here now. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You know,
They'll
like
definitely be
Gakpo
rotating.
was.
Yeah, Red Arm Chessboard. Yeah.
I love it though. I love Diaz in the middle. I love Jota in the middle. I really like the way they play. But I
Mhm.
just Salah and Gakpo off the wings, man. Who wants to face that? Who wants to face that? Nobody. So you just need a little guy in the middle. Just
That's interesting.
and
So I mean,
yeah,
like you could,
brilliant.
if you maybe even said, you could say, and I'll bring down the bring this down so we can see each other. You could say, you could really make an argument for Lucho, Diego, and Salah, but I think
Oh,
it's just
totally. Yeah, of course you could. Yeah, completely.
over. I
Yeah,
mean, not
definitely.
having Cody. I mean, that would take Cody out of the lineup, obviously, but
Yeah, you could
know.
do the other. You could do that, but Diaz does not have that goal scoring threat that Gakpo does. But you take the best of him, you put in the middle. I think we might
I
have
think he
happened
would
upon a
open
little
up.
bit of something.
I think though that having Lucho on the left opens up more of the game for Diego.
Depends who you have in the middle. Yeah, if you've got
Yeah.
Diogo in the middle, yeah. If you want Diogo in the middle, yeah, maybe. But it's much more like Gakpo and Salah is much more like Mane and Salah. Like you had Firmino in the middle and Gakpo was getting the goals, or Mane get goals, Salah get goals. It's much
Yeah.
more like that. Gakpo is not someone that I want to see out of this team in a big
I
game.
get that.
At all.
No, I
No
understand.
way.
And I can understand why you would
Yeah.
say that. Yeah. I mean, he's
Phenomenal.
in phenomenal form.
Yeah.
I mean, there was I don't know how many games he out of the last 10 games, I think he's scored or he scored in what,
I think it's 8 and 11.
8 and 11.
Something
Okay.
like that. Something like that. Yeah, it's close to that anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that you don't want to take out of your offense if you can escalate
Look at them talking like they'll be openers
Mhm.
or winners. They're not the fourth in a 4-1.
No, you're
They're
right. No, you're absolutely right. They're
big
game
goals.
changer. They're game
Yeah,
changing goals. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. They're definitely game changer goals because he got the one. I mean, he got obviously the one in the previous match up against Leicester, and he's gotten some in other ones as well. But that's a tough question. Very tough question. All right, so let's give Lucho his 90.
Higher wage.
92.
Yeah. Our JK sent him a bump in the post there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's 90. I think that was my grade for him. That's why. And
Double that money.
now it's down to the Egyptian king. Last but not least, for sure.
Jeez.
Salah running down the wing.
I'm going to give him a goal and 2 assists. I'll give him a 99
Oh, okay.
because he could have scored loads. He could have scored 5 goals yesterday if he wanted to.
He could have. He should have
Yeah.
possibly.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to give him a 95. Yeah.
There you go.
He could have scored 5 goals yesterday.
Okay. How about for you, Brian?
Yeah, it's got to be my highest ever score. Probably I've given. Yeah,
17.
it's not 100. Yeah, it's not 100 because of
Because it's not Nunez. I know. I got you. But go
no,
ahead.
no. I mean, it's not 100 because he missed chances. Yeah.
Right.
The skill, all the extra bits. Yes, it was like
Oh, the
it was an
dribble.
80. Yeah, it was an 85%. It was an 85 Salah performance, but he put in all these extra little bits that just so much, so good, so good, as Pep
Mm-hmm.
Guardiola would say.
Mm-hmm.
Highest ever score. What is it? 95. 95. Yeah, Red saying all the trimmings, everything. 95, definitely.
Okay. Nalante, what
Looks
you
like a
have
man on a mission.
Salah at? Man on a mission.
Well, probably I'm not happy with Mo. Obviously, he's a stat padder, isn't he?
Good.
He's just
Yeah.
a stat
Not
padder.
bad.
Oh,
Oh my God.
he doesn't know how to do school. I remember.
Yeah.
I
Do
wouldn't
your
pay my
rating,
daughter
then
to
we can.
watch him, aka Mr. Deeney. I wouldn't pay my daughter to watch him. Yeah,
pick one.
he's not easy on the eye, is he, Mr. Salah? Interesting. That.
Yeah. Exactly.
Exactly, bro.
I mean,
That's what
guys,
I mean.
let's forget, guys. He had a terrible game, didn't he? He had a shocker yesterday, didn't he? Oh my
He
God,
only
I
got
would have
one
sacked
goal,
him off.
2 assists. You know.
According to certain people.
JK Bryant, I mean, honestly, I mean, what we do with this player? I mean, he should be sold, shouldn't he? Stat padder, stat man. He
I
doesn't know
said
how
give
to
him
do
$1 million a
skill.
week. Give him $1 million a week, he'll stay for
Yeah.
2, 3
Oh,
years.
just remember this, guys. The skill for the second goal, the assistant Gakpo. He didn't mean it. He was stumbling on his feet.
Oh, nearly fell over,
Apparently.
yeah.
Oh,
He went
okay.
through to him.
Oh yeah. I
And
mean,
the one for Jota, he was going the wrong way. He thought he was going back to Alisson. He said we carried on running.
okay, honestly.
Yeah.
See, a brain of knowledge in our chat on the panel right now. Honestly, I mean,
One season wonder. One season
right,
wonder.
right. Lee, 12. I mean, there's more to add to this, man, isn't there? Please add it on. I just want to hear it, please, because
What a guy,
obviously,
man.
I'd
I
love
know.
to know where you go to learn how to pad stats. That must
Yeah.
be brilliant. It's just something. It's he's a stat padder. It's like, okay, how do you do that? Because I'll do that. If all it is padding stats, is there a way that you can get in a team? And I'm just here to pad the old stats, lads. Because as far as I'm concerned, stats are, when they talk about them, goals and assists.
Simple.
Mhm.
Pretty sure it's the most difficult thing to. Yeah, but anyway, I'd love to know how someone's. Oh, I'm not going to actually be a goal scorer. I'm just going to pad stats. Great,
Yeah.
lovely. Whenever somebody says those two words in a row, I immediately know that they're just a fraud. They're
Lock your
everything they're
doors.
about to say
Lock
after
your doors,
is a
Brian.
fraud. Yeah, yeah. These people, man, put them in one of those little cages. You dunk them in out of the river and see if they're still saying it 2 minutes later. No. Yeah, these people, man, padding your stats. Yeah, that's a thing you can do. That's a thing you can do with a top club and get away with it. Absolute madness, man.
Yes,
These
love
people,
the
like I
chat.
say, they couldn't fucking
Pick up Bernie. Yeah.
kick the ball into a dustbin from 2 feet away.
I know it's funny, and you know what is funny, Brian, and there is a chat is when you hear, especially one of them, they're saying, "Oh, but I know the game. I was semi-pro. I know the game. You can see by the thing, you can see it." I'm just thinking, oh, here we go. I'm just thinking, here we go. All right, no problem, no problem, no problem. I know the
Troy
game.
Deeney was a professional, bro. And he's
Well,
talking
yeah,
that
apparently,
bullshit. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Professional
exactly.
fucking dickhead.
It's not. Oh, it's just my opinion. Oh, good. I wasn't the. I'm not saying obviously he was better than me, and I don't like to swear, so excuse my language. No shit, Sherlock.
You know what I
I
mean?
won't be using my language. I don't like to swear at all. But yeah, sorry. But no
Yeah,
people anything. But I don't
Troy
like to go
Deeney,
there. But
come
yeah,
on, man.
I know. I mean, it's again, guys. We it's just interesting. It's just interesting. Since day one, this man stepped in the club. Now, like I said, I'm gonna be the first to admit it. And like I said, as we're honest people. When we signed him, I thought, he might struggle here. I'm not sure I'm not sure if we be good for us. But listen, mate, he's blown every angle, records, game, you name it. Your kids, your family, the country, the world. He's blown everything out the water. in the last 8 years. And the thing is, and it's just funny. You guys have just mentioned it's just funny. He's still getting it. The criticism, it's weird. Very weird. It's borderline jealousy. Oh, but
Yeah,
he's
that's what it
not.
is. That's it.
Yeah,
It is.
it's a JK. Oh, he's not
Yeah, yeah.
aesthetic. He's not easy in the eye. Oh, like Phineas Jr. Okay, no
Oh,
no
bro.
problem. But he's
Yeah.
not world class. Then what is world class? World class is not just one player. So
Salah's the
how
best
do you
player in the
throw him
world
in?
right now. Right now, on this day in
Mate.
history, Mo Salah is the best player in the world right now.
Yeah, on form.
Yeah.
I'm
I
just
ain't
trying to
saying
think
nothing
of the top
else.
of my head.
I don't
Yeah.
need to say anything else. And any fan who
No
disrespects
one.
Salah don't know football, is not a Liverpool fan, because what Salah is doing right now is sort of shoving that when you're 30, 31, it's over for you. Right down where they said it from. Simple as. Respect
Yeah.
to Salah, man. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's 100%, and he's doing what in a even better in terms of in my opinion how Cristiano Ronaldo was at 32, because he was banging in goals. So as much as I don't like Cristiano Ronaldo, he was banging in goals, but Salah's bringing a different element. Like I said, for me, he's a better player than he was in our title winning season. He's a better player.
Yeah.
He is. I think
He's
he's an
a more
all-round
complete player, and
Yeah.
it's refreshing to see, isn't it? Yeah. But
Yeah.
sorry, guys, I'll let you say your marks because I'm just going on a bit. But look,
No, I gave
I
my
mean,
mark. You go ahead, man. You go ahead, man.
yeah, bro, yes, bro. So similar to you, bro. I mean, if he would have got the hat trick, and yeah, he missed chances, but it is what it is, man. I mean, I would have given him 100 easily, but yeah, 94, and mate, just long live Kim Mo. That's it.
Villa 2, Brighton 2.
Oh, they equalised. Oof. Okay. Interesting.
Tarek Lamptey. Again.
Oh, Lamptey, yes, my Ghanaian brother. Okay.
I like Lamptey back in the days. I thought he was a bit of a good player.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
I don't know what
So
he's done.
tiny.
Like injury-wise,
Yeah.
I think he had a few bad injuries.
So tiny.
Yeah, the injuries, JK. Yeah.
Yeah, top player.
Yeah, but JK, like that guy is 2 inches away from not. I mean, he's
small.
he is tiny.
Yeah,
man.
he is.
Like even when small players can do it. No. Tarek Lamptey isn't small. He's borderline
Real small.
Yeah, not like technically whatever you
He's-
want to call it. He could qualify for some stuff. Let's just put it that way. That guy is so small. If
When he's
Davis
going
could
shopping,
do
he's
it in the
going
Premier
to
League,
the
man,
small
wow.
section, kids section.
But yeah,
That's so rude.
He's saving money. You don't need to buy the big sizes.
They don't make shit in his size.
Trying to say you can't go on the rides on Chesterton or Owen Towers.
His mum has to take him training.
Bad, JK. I
But for
like him
me,
as well.
he's solid. He's actually a good little cookie. He is. I think going back 3 years ago when I first sort of heard about him, I thought this guy's good. He could end up like somewhere like Chelsea or somewhere, Arsenal or somewhere. But he hasn't really done it.
Oh, Red Armchair. I think, yeah, you could be right, Can you confirm that? I think you might be right. I'm not sure about that, but you might be right.
Yeah, I think he is.
What Gakpo's gone in?
Part.
Yeah, part. Yeah, it's got some guy. Yeah.
All right. So I did see that thing about Ransom Bant's take on Salah. He did a reaction show, and that guy is different settings. I can deal. His brother
Don't call
is
yourself
funny.
rants or bants if you want to be taken seriously. That's my advice. Like, if you want to be taken seriously, don't call yourself rants or bants. So, but anyway,
Because they're talking about their pants.
He is beyond interesting when it comes to the settings, because he was some of the disrespectful stuff that he was saying about Salah in the take was just. I was like,
it ain't cost him nothing.
You just sound salty, man. You just sound really, really salty.
He has to be. He sells, So people love watching salty people. Someone who's moaning, depressed, and he's sort of pissed off, so he's going to take the piss out of everything. Hence why I can't take any of these Man United sort of fans, content creators sort of serious. Because you see it in their face. Look at every Man United content creator right now. They are pissed off. They've got a terrible team, and Liverpool are smashing it. We don't have to say nothing to these guys. Like, we don't have to get our hands dirty. It's like, it's done. The job's done, run against them guys. We don't have to say nothing. That's why I would never get involved in an argument with a Man United fan right now. Why? Because Arne Slot and their team are doing the argument for us, you know? That's what football's all about.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be arrogant and stuff with it, because what will happen, imagine Slot down the road has a few bad games or whatever. You lot are rubbish, and this, that you lot were giving it large, that you are the best, and that. That's why I keep it modest when it comes to football and stuff, because Arsenal get a lot of noise because why? Half their fans are deluded and they think they're going to win everything. Hence why they get a lot of noise going towards them. I don't need that noise. Hence why I keep it humble when Liverpool win. I know inside we're better than everyone, so that's cool.
Yeah. I'll put Salah in at yeah, it was pretty distasteful, but we move. Let's get through these really quickly. I'll just ask each one of you an individual rating on these players. So first up is Diego. These are out of order, but just Diego. What'd you have as for Diego?
Lively.
Let's go with the JK. You can go first.
Lively, 85. Got a goal, nice goal. Mm-hmm. Let's go 80. Let's go 80, yeah.
80. All right. Let's do. Also, let me double check here because I want to make sure that some of them had enough minutes to even be rated. So make sure. 1 second.
Yeah, Endo had enough minutes for half an hour, 35 minutes.
Okay. So, all right. So, I'll do Endo then next. Nolante, what would you have given Endo?
No, 12. I think you should get the rating for your Japanese samurai. This is your guy. The floor is all yours, please.
That's your guy,
Please. All floor is all yours, please.
Yeah. Let me get Endo's rating in here. Because I gave Endo, I think I gave him originally a 65 because he didn't have much to do. But I thought Endo actually was engaged. I would say, since everyone's feeling so generous, I'll give Endo a 73. I think Endo did a good job.
I'll give him a 68. Throw it 68. In there. 68.
Really? Yeah. I think Endo was great yesterday, man. He was getting stuck in and everything. Did a top tackle on
just minutes wise. Yeah, just minutes wise. I think he performed excellent when he came in, but it's just minutes wise.
Yeah.
68, 70. Brian saying 70.
No, he came on he got about 35 minutes yesterday, including injury time.
Yeah, he got in. He was he was the first sub of the second half.
Yep.
When we went 4-0 up, it was a bing bong, out you go. Let's get this done. 2-0.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he did. He came in for. He was an important sub. He was a sub that we thought that possibly should have been the sub last time, and that was he came in for Gravenberg.
Yeah, he came in. He locked it down. That's what he does. Yeah. I just look at that.
Got
in a nice little tackle. The commentators are actually giving him props on my side of the pond. They're giving props, saying that he's a good, solid player.
He is
not saying that you're not saying that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, everyone knows he's rock solid, but it is what it is. He came and did his thing. Look at the happy little face on him. You know, how could you not love that face? But I'm loving this Ipswich too, Chelsea. You know, yes, full time. Yes, please. I'll take it all day long.
What a result.
Yes, please.
What a result.
One Ipswich.
All right.
Up the tractor, boys.
How
Up the
about
tractor.
for the player? Actually, the player that we didn't. Actually, no. I'll go Simicast next. I'll go Simicast since I have him already on here and loaded up. And I have Harvey Elliott too. How for Harvey Elliott? What would you rate Harvey Elliott, Brian? He got in
Yeah,
a good
late
16.
doors.
He got in the 74th minute, but he did get that's about around
60. I give him a 60. Give him
Okay.
60. Decent. Nice.
60.
Nice game to come into, I'd imagine.
Okay. How about for Simicast? Nalate this time. How about for Simicast? What would you have given Simicast?
Yeah, Simicast is okay. He done 1 or 2 clearances when West Ham trying to attack a goal. So I say same as Harvey, 60.
Was
He did
this
that
the
good
game that
clearance.
I don't think this was it this game or was it the other game that he did? I don't know what it is with him being when he's on the ground, him trying to head the ball while he's on the ground. I don't know what it is with him. He's done it in 2
Simicast
games.
is a warrior. He's a Greek warrior. That's why.
Is that why?
He don't give a damn.
Wow. Okay. So what? Tell me your rating again. I'm sorry. What was your rating from?
Yeah, no problem. 60.
60.
But Zimmercast did 1 good clearance where they could have scored. Like,
Yeah.
that kept the clean sheet, so it was good.
Okay. All right. So it's a 60 for Simicast, and we did we do? Yeah, we did Harvey Elliott in here for some reason.
Yep.
Can I, before I forget it, can I bring up
Yep.
one thing?
Okay. We have one more player to go, and then we're done. But go ahead.
Yeah, because I'll forget this, right? Neil Maupay, right? Neil Maupay, everyone remembers Neil Maupay.
Mhm.
Sure.
Played for Brighton, played for Brentford.
Oh, I know where you're going with probably this brat.
He's
I know where you're going.
awful. He's really bad at football and stuff. They signed him for Everton, cost like a load of money. He's currently out on loan at Marseille from Everton. Like, he's still contracted to Everton. They pay his wages. And he put out a tweet yesterday saying, whenever I'm having a bad day, I just check the Everton score and smile.
Damn.
Yeah. And the former boxer, Tony Bellew, who is one of the biggest Toffees fans out there, replied on Twitter, prick. So, yeah, Neil Maupay, who is currently an Everton player, technically, just tweeted yesterday, whenever I'm in a bad mood, I go on and I check the Everton scoreline.
That's a diss.
Yeah.
That's pretty rough. That guy, I know, like, I've always heard that he's, like, really...
Cheeky, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard it. Yeah, exactly. But that is...
You can see it in his face he's cheeky.
Yeah. That is rough, man. That is rough. He ain't going back there. Can you imagine, the stuff he ends up going back there? He thinks he's going to leave, and he has to go back there.
In the new stadium.
If I was them, I'd try to. I wouldn't mind him coming back because there's a lot of cones to be picked up. You know,
that's some bullshit. That is.
The new stadium needs security.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Slinging hot dogs in the parking stand or in the car park, you know.
Oh my god, he's entertainment.
That's pretty funny, though. I gotta say.
Yeah, that is. He's hilarious. Even though he's a bit of a troll merchant, he's a bit of an idiot, but he's tweets are hilarious.
That's pretty funny, man.
He's that guy that you once flat shared the house with, but he knows he doesn't like you for whatever reason, but he knows he's got to still come back and collect the stuff.
Yeah.
Just does not give a shit.
Yeah.
All right. Last but not least, Kwanzaa.
Who's giving him the Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna give.
Go ahead, JK.
I'll give him an 80. Play really good.
Tell
His
us-
passing is really good.
Okay.
Oh, he
Tell
can
us in the
pass the
chat
ball.
what you want to give him too.
I'll give him an 80 because he played a lot of the game. Actually, you know what? I'll give him an 85 because he didn't
Okay.
make no mistakes, kept it simple, kept it clean, passed well, wasn't sulky, and was concentrated.
Oh, yeah, JK and his face watch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I sound like I'm
exactly.
on MasterChef there.
JK is like, he scored 4 goals, but I didn't like the face.
Yeah.
He's having a
Something
soak.
about the look on his face.
Having a soak.
Yeah.
You know, like well, obviously I've got children like my young one. You tell them off and they get that sulky face, the thunder face, I like to call it.
I didn't like the sulky face, man.
Yeah, oh, believe me, yeah. God, I had to
Yeah.
deal with 2 today, but anyway, that's
But
another
it was
story.
good the way
I'll give this
Salah
one.
brought him onto the pitch. When he came on as sub, he sort of gave him a little hug or whatever. Says, "Come on, lad," whatever.
Yeah.
That was good to see. But he played good.
Yeah, I think he started the first 10, 15 minutes. He's still a little bit shaky, since of passing the ball, just certain things, and then after that, he grew into his game.
He can run with the ball as well.
Oh, he's done it before. Oh yeah, JK. Yeah, I just felt the first 10 minutes he's a little bit shaky with the ball and just positioning at times, but then after that, he just felt the confidence and he just grew into the game, and hopefully that will do the world of him good. He can get back to his form of last season.
He did a little bit of play where he got the ball and sort of slipped it in the midfield. Oh,
Yeah,
go on, bro. Go on. I loved it. That's what I want to see him do now. Just concentrate on football. He can be one of the greatest. He could be a top centre back. Like, potential wise, he's up there. He's up there.
All right. I gave this to the chat. Just took
Full
the
time
average from you
everywhere.
guys.
Yeah.
So I gave him a 77. Since Bernie gave him a 75 and Red Armchair gave him a 78 and factored in JK's evaluation of his smile. All right. As an extra point there. This one is for everyone. Slot. Arnie Slot. What are we doing with this rating? Let's begin with Delonte and then go Irishman and then go JK. And tell us in the panel or tell us in the chat too.
I'm going to give Arne Slot 10 because it should have been 6.
Okay.
But also just 5-star hotel, 5-star clean sheet, 5-star performance. Oh God, I could. Oh, it's shoot. You know what? Screw it. 100.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay. Brian?
Well, Nante kind of he stole the top billing there, didn't he? With the old. So I won't go that high. What did he do wrong? Not a lot. What did he get wrong? Nothing. What did we do? Scored 5. So where do you go? Where do you take a point off for a mistake here or there? There really wasn't anything. Got the subs right. Got everything right. Got the people off early. Brought people on who made a difference. Endo came on, made a difference. Jota comes on, makes a difference. 98. Not the 100, but 98.
Okay. JK?
It was probably his best away performance as manager. Clean sheet, 5 goals, no stress. Is it the perfect one? I could say it is. Do I want to? Tempted to give him the 100 for this game because of the way we just sort of played, did the subs, everything. I'm going to give him 100. Let's do it.
Nice. 11 goals scored in our last 2 away games.
Come on, man.
11 goals scored
11 in London as well, bro.
In London.
In London.
London is red, boys. London
There you go.
is
And it's
red.
not Arsenal. It's not Arsenal.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it ain't that shade of red. It's pure red. Ain't no white and red bullshit. It's, yeah. 11 goals in 2 away games.
Mad.
Who would have thought I would have given him the lowest score of all of us? But all right, I'll knock it up. Slot got 95 from Bernie. I only gave him an 88 only because he said it in the presser that he didn't have to coach in this game. He just sat back and watched. And I guess that is a testament of
well, I'm sure he's been a little bit,
I'm just telling you what he said.
Okay. No, I
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
But that's respect to his team, to his players, isn't it? He's like, you know what?
Yeah, he always has the coach, but yeah.
No, I give him the. He's sitting there going, yeah, like with his arms folded, going. I get what he's saying. It's like when you've got a team that's purring like that, when you've got a race car with an engine that's purring like that, you don't need to do anything. You don't need to tweak with it. You just need to let it run. And
That's
yesterday
true,
we were running. Virgil van Dijk having the time of his life. It was so refreshing, that performance yesterday. I can't underline that enough. How different that was yesterday.
Bang on.
The vibe of it was so different.
Yeah, man.
I think it was more. Yeah. It was closer to a Klopp style game than it was.
It's just so fun. It was so.
Yeah, it was like a fun, high energy
roller coaster.
You could tell that everyone was enjoying themselves. They were controlling the game. There's really not much West Ham could do. Yeah, the West Ham got one or two good shots, but they're unfortunate on one, if not two of them, and we're maybe looking at this different if it's 1-0, if we go down 1-0 and we end up winning 5-1, certainly. But yeah, it's good to see us get the clean sheet. And
that was important. I think yesterday's result, because of the clean sheet, made it the perfect result. I think if it was a 5-1, I'd be still a bit pissed off.
Yeah.
We had to keep a clean sheet yesterday. It was like utmost bang. Even though we lost Gomez, we kept it tight. That's why Simicast, when he came on, he made that one clearance. Like, he had to do it. Could have been a goal there. Fair play.
You don't want to come on and fuck it up, though. Like, I don't know, maybe it's a difficult analogy to make for anybody that's in a work environment too. Kind of the analogy to make where you're entered into a scenario where your work colleagues have done a huge amount of work and you enter it late and they leave and you don't want to mess it up. There isn't really many parallels to that outside of kind of football. It's not, when you come into work and everyone's done all the, it's not really like that. It's like when someone's coming, when you're looking at a team that's putting in an incredible performance and you come in then at the back, this idea that, look, I don't want to mess up on my own, but I also don't want to mess up all the good work that my mates have just done. So a lot of pressure there. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Like Domino's.
You weren't part of what's just happened, but it's also on you to complete the job that's been done.
Yeah.
You weren't a part of making it happen, but you don't want to be the guy that comes on and makes one mistake. And like JK said, he'd be pissed off it was 5-1 because you came on and you made up you made a little howler. It's a very unique situation that these guys come on in sometimes, mentality wise, and how you deal with things. But there was nothing about yesterday that to me talked about stress. It was just everything was like, look, this is what we can do. Go with it and relax. So when you get to that point where you're stressed and you're learning the new tactics, you're trying to get everything right. And now I think we've reached kind of a point where it's kind of clicking a little bit. And now we're getting into the fun freestyle bit at the end of it. Where we can express ourselves because we're confident in that we have the foundation that we're building on. And then we can go and kind of have a little bit of fun. Like I saw with Slot comes in, he's super professional. Next thing you know, you start seeing a little bit of his personality creep out. I think the same is happening with this football team.
Good point.
Bang on, Brian.
I think we all know who the man of the match is. So I think
Well, I
if
think
you
we'd
want
be
to
surprised.
put
We've
your
said
vote
this
in just
before.
for
Yeah, we've said this
you know.
before. We can all guess who the man of match is, and then we get a different answer from the chat. So I think I know who my man of match is, but I wouldn't be surprised to find out that I'm wrong.
Yeah, let's go through the panel here. Brian, who's your man of the match?
Little Egyptian guy plays on. I think he's from Egypt, Morocco and Egypt, something like that. Halal, something like that. He plays on the right wing. He looks pretty decent. That guy.
Oh no! Yeah. The one that.
The
one that was getting slated for the Christmas pictures. That one.
Yeah, that dude. That's the guy. I can't remember his name. Apparently, he's
for the holiday
good.
pictures. Yeah.
What a fucking performance! What a performance! It's amazing to watch.
Yeah,
absolutely amazing to watch.
That
man of the match.
Red
Armchairs. Sporter man of the match. How about for you, JK?
The best player in the world right now, Salah.
Yeah. Christmas guy.
Interesting, that guy. Yeah, very interesting concept, Red.
Yeah. Nolante, you're up.
I'm stuck between two people. Jaden Dance for being on the bench in the squad, and Arnie Slope for waving to the crowd at full time, giving the thumbs up.
Yeah. I thought you were going to go with Rants and Bants as being your man of the match.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Oh yeah,
we're having the most diluted takes.
Oh god, yeah. You know what, Tom? We'll be giving him too much credit, and yeah, he'll probably clip that. So yeah, us with our channel here, but yeah, I mean we'll leave her. But yeah, of course, I mean, serious note, yeah, the Christmas guy, yeah, that guy, Brian, that guy in 12, that guy you mentioned, don't know his name, but yeah, him, that guy.
Yeah. It's all right. We should sign him up, I think.
We should, whoever he is, yeah. That guy. Yeah. No names.
Right. Yeah, Pants and Pants. All right. So it's Endo. It's Endo gets the man of the match. Cool. No. Fair do. Yes, it is obviously. Get it? Mo Salah. Definitely, absolutely I would say, incredible form. But I remember actually we had the fan festival here in LA. I think it was like 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago. It's like 3 years ago, maybe. And I remember because they had the two Robbies on there. Alan Shearer was there. Tim Howard was there. There was a lot of people out for this one. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna go blank on her name. She's the host as well for the show for Peacock and for NBC Sports. The Lowdown. She does the Lowdown. That's the name of the show that she does. Rebecca Lowe. And I remember because it was right around this time that I think we were going for the quad, I want to say. But I think it was the first time we went for the quad, not the second. And Salah was in absolute rare form. And people were somewhat reluctant to try to give him the kudos that they should be giving him. I remember I brought why I bring that up is because I actually asked that question to the two Robbies. There was only, for some reason, I'd say there was about it was close to a 50-50, if not a 60-40 split. I thought there were a little bit more Liverpool fans there than were Red Devils fans. But then again, maybe it's because I was just blocking them out from my view. But they entertained 3 questions. 2 of them are from Red Devils, and I got to ask the question in for Liverpool, for a Liverpool representative, and I asked that same question, and it's kind of fitting that we're going to be going up against, because that game was against Manchester United. That was the game that they had the fan festival for, and it's kind of fitting that we are about to go up against the Red Devils again in our next game in the new year. And I think you could argue that he is certainly a top tier candidate for that Ballon d'Or. I think it's about time too. And again, I can't stop saying about how I do think that we have to start really recognizing that he is going to be someone that is going to continue to do levels, because he doesn't look like he's got anything. It seems like he's gotten to that part of his game where, again, he doesn't have to rely so much on his pace or his speed. He doesn't have to rely on those different things. He seems like he's gotten to the point where he just knows and understands the game and can make it that the game becomes that much more easier for him to be able to utilize the great components he has around him, and also move that much closer to a record that a lot of people thought would not be matched. I don't know off the top of my head how long that record stood, but that 2020 record by Henry has stood for quite some time. It's one of the records that stood for quite some time. Meaning like an individual single season record. That record has definitely stood for some time. Does anyone know how long it's been by chance? I can look it up, but I'm just wondering. I know it's been a long time since he said it. Because I think it was like 2000. It's like 21 years.
Yeah.
Probably something like that. 20, 21, 22 years, something close to.
Yeah. Totally.
So pretty cool. Coming up on the 2.5 hour mark, we got about like 8 minutes left of the show. So anything else you want to talk about, or anything else you want to bring up before we let the people enjoy the rest of their evenings? Go ahead, Brian.
Because it won't matter, because it seems like there's a few people watching still. I don't think we've lost like our entire audience because Ends went live. But anyway, Jerry James, yeah, he's on End Show right now. He was on End Show the other morning, which I happened to catch the start of on a replay, and it was all about Trent going to Real Madrid. And his first reaction was to spend 2 minutes talking about how good Trent looked in a Real Madrid kit in the AI mock-up. Yeah, I think he got caught off guard a little bit. Who else was there? That other guy. What was his name? But yeah,
Crystal.
He was there. Goes
Crystal,
like, so. What do you think of this?
The Crystal Palace.
No, not that guy. Not that guy. It was like, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? Like, and he's like, do you know what? He looks good in that kit, doesn't he? Oh, Zuberi, yeah. And Jerry James was saying like, wow. Okay. Yeah, the first thing Jerry James thought of when he saw the AI mock-up of Trent wearing a Real Madrid kit was, and I get he was open, a little bit maybe early in the morning, but his first reaction was, wow. I think, to paraphrase, usually in these AI mock-ups, people look like crap, but he actually looks really, really good in that kit. And Ends had a little bit of a step back, and Zuberi came in with the whole, like, yeah, I like it as a transfer, I back it as a transfer, I like it as a transfer. It's like, wow, okay. Obviously as a Liverpool fan, I want him to stay, but as Zuberi usually does, he tries to equate it with some kind of like, because it's when like you're with that girl and you're trying to do this, and it's like, Zuberi, this doesn't always work, but he tried to make some version of, because when you're with this girl and you're trying to do that, and the girl is either Real Madrid or Liverpool or him. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, Enzo's sitting there expecting bad reactions. It's like Severi's like, I like it as a transfer. Jerry James is sitting there going, wow, he looks amazing in a Real Madrid kit. I'm like, fuck me. Jesus. These people, man. And they'll come out there tomorrow and tell you that you're not a Liverpool fan or you don't, you know, do you know what I mean? These people, the first thing they see when they wake up in the morning is like, damn, he looks good in that, doesn't he? Yeah, man. These are the people. These are the Coppish people. These are the Ensman people. These are the people. I'm not saying this was Ensman. These are people. It's like, oh, they want go over to look at these people. They got like 1,000 followers and they're all cool and shit. Like, but come on, man. That's your opinion. You think he looks good in a shirt? Fucking say it. I think what was the phrase? I think he said the quiet part loud. You know. Yeah, so that's where we are with some of these people that want to do shows and tell you they're the world's biggest Liverpool fan. And the first thing they see when they think they see Trent in a Real Madrid is, wow, man, he looks good in that. That's not the reaction you're supposed to have, my brother.
It isn't.
That is not the reaction you're supposed to have.
That's not. That's disappointing. But man, different generations, man. It's just different generations. Different generations. JK, Nolante, do you guys have anything you want to say to the people before we let them enjoy the rest of their evenings, mornings, afternoons, whichever it might be for you?
Well, it's just briefly. It's been a very interesting night again tonight. I missed some of the play ratings, and also just obviously moment of silence once again, ladies and gentlemen, for the old toilet again. Once again, nah.
Moment of silence for Jerry James. Well, that's
Oh, great. Oh, God. It just gets deeper and deeper for old toilet over there. Oh, poor Manchester United. Oh, God. Old toilet. Oh, what a shame. And who they play next? I don't know who they play next. Can anyone tell me? I mean, I obviously don't know.
I'll ask you a real quick question. Do you think that they're going to try to do the Ten Hag thing? Ten Hag approach to the game at Anfield?
Maybe, probably so. It's the
not. I mean, like it's one thing to be embarrassed. Obviously, they're once again going to be possibly getting even closer to the relegation line. Do they possibly just hold on and try to get a draw to, in the new year against us? That's their first game, or do you think that they're going to actually come out and play?
I think they'll try and come out. I think they'll try and do a balance, but they'll hold on more a bit. The balance. But for me, it's easy, simple. If we get the first goal, it's a wrap. I'm sorry, it's a wrap. I don't speak the old toilet to come back and win the game. They might, obviously, hindsight, hypothetically, yes, they could come back and win. But if we score the first goal, they ain't coming back. That's how much I have confidence. And again, it's them lot. I don't care whether they're second, 14th toilet. I want to win, and I'm not hearing a draw. And obviously, we beat them last season and slot, but obviously it's Amarin, so it's a bit different. So it'd be a bit more compact, but yeah, I'm looking for a beatdown. I'm looking for an oil toilet beatdown.
Okay. Well, I guess we will see.
Yeah.
They deserve it. I'll tell you that much, though.
Indeed.
They brought in a guy, man, that's going to play one way and one way only, which is cool, right? That's awesome. That's really good. But when do you not bring in a guy that's going to play one way and one way only? in the middle of a season where you can't make any transfers and you're bringing him into a squad or a club that has never been built to play the way he wants to play.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's he supposed to do? You know, he can come in there and lose 6 games in a row, and I'm still looking at it going, that's got nothing to do with the manager. I mean, that's just literally, he's come and said, I'm going to do this, by the way. You know, I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. And they're like, yeah, cool. Don't worry if it doesn't work out. We get that you're going to do 3-4-3 or 3-5-2,
Mhm.
and we don't have the players to do that. He's like, so you know I'm going to do that, right? Cool. Let's see how long that lasts. You know, let's see how long it lasts. Let's see how many, 2-0 defeats at home to Newcastle.
Mhm.
You know, what if we go there and 6-6 past them? You know, he's like, yeah, he's signed up for a team that is not equipped to play the football he wants to play, and they've hired a manager that doesn't suit the players they have. Like, it's almost as if they're trying to. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. It really it makes no sense whatsoever. We should 4-1 them, 4-4-1, 3-4-1. It should be that kind of game.
Mm.
It should be that kind of. They might do a bit of a thing. They might do something. Yeah, but we should be handily beat them. Yeah, and it's at Anfield. Yeah, it's not Outro. We're gonna. Come on, man. Come on. This could be one of their more embarrassing ones. That's what, the 7, that won't happen. But I think this may be one of, if not like the more kind of embarrassing ones, one of the more comprehensive ones.
Mhm.
As in terms of they had one shot in the whole game, kind of thing. I think it will be more complete domination as opposed to, oh, it's a mad game and Liverpool won it because it's always mad. No, we just went, or they came here and we gave them about 11% of the ball and beat them
Mhm.
4-0. I
Okay.
like that bit.
Okay. No, yeah, easy said. Easy said. Easy said. Well, JK.
But what happened last year? That's why I'm not going over the top with the overconfidence in this game. Last season we were too overconfident because why? The season before we got 7 goals against them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I'm gonna be chill with this one.
Would you take a 2-0 then? You're taking 2 then, JK, is what you're saying.
I'm just taking a win. I
Yeah,
said
but you're
behind
not
his slot. Yeah.
you're not seeing a world where we lose against them at all. There isn't a world where they beat us at all.
Nah.
No
In the
chance.
old days with Ferguson, it could have happened, but not no more.
This team, yeah, no
Nah.
chance.
It's a joke. Mad.
He said. Well,
Kwanzaa
for those.
Kwanzaa will play
Okay.
the same.
No, go ahead.
No, sorry, it will be Kwanzaa, right? Ebo won't be back for that one, right?
Yeah, it'll be Kwanzaa.
Will. He'll be back, but he won't be. He possibly will be back, but he won't be. I don't think he's gonna be match fit. But you never know. I mean, they've got. Fortunately, we've got. I think it's what the game's on the 6th or the 5th, right? It's on the. It is on the 5th. So we still have about 6-7 days left, including today. 6 days, 7 days actually, including today. A whole week before to evaluate Kanate, and even Bradley might be close to returning too. So that's it. That's definitely something to keep your eye on. But I was going to say, for those that stayed with us, big up to each and every one of you that stayed with us for this entire ride. I know we got to talking about a few side comments earlier, and then we got into the ratings, and then we got maybe sidetracked here or there a little bit on some of the ratings, but we are definitely appreciative that you guys showed the love by sticking with us. I know it might be even a little bit of a late hour in the UK time zone, but we definitely appreciate you, whether you're wherever you are in the world, actually, though, because we do reach a lot of people that are from all parts of the globe. Liverpool is definitely a global fan base, so big up to those that support some true OGs like Brian, Nalante, JK, and yourselves in the chat especially. So big up to each and every one of you.
Bless man. I'm actually positive. I'm a Virgo, man.
Here you go.
Yeah.
We gotta before we get into the astrological signs, we've got a milestone show lined up for you guys tomorrow. We're still gonna have to check for availability for the New Year's Day, a New Year's Day show. We might be able to get one off, but if we don't, we also I have a very, very cool episode coming up. Not sure if we're going to pre-record or if we're going to do it live, but we do have a cool episode to do. It stemmed from a question that was posed to Virgil van Dijk, and the question was, can you name the last Dutch player to captain a Premier League title-winning team?
Oh yeah, I know the answer with this.
Yeah, Robin van Persie.
No,
he wasn't the captain.
No.
There hasn't been any Dutch player that's
There hasn't been a Dutch player ever to captain the team.
Never has. Yeah, I remember this. They asked 3VD this. I saw this the other day.
Yeah,
Van Persie definitely captain. Well, I suppose maybe club captain. Yeah, he was never.
He's not the club
He would
captain.
never been club captain. Yeah,
Yeah,
He might
to
have
win
been
the Premier League
been
title.
of a game or something, but he wasn't.
Yeah,
yeah.
captain, but yeah, to win the title as the official captain.
Yeah.
And he was.
Virgil
Virgil was surprised by the answer too, because he was asked the question, and he was like, you tell me.
Yeah, but it's basically it's a trick question. It is a trick question because the answer is there was never one. So
yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of mad, I suppose.
Yeah. Bernadette, I remember you told me you were Virgo last time.
Yeah, similar star signs they always clash.
No,
It's
just
two
people
Tauruses in the room together. It's like, wow, they're two Tauruses. They must be they're really get out. No, don't leave them alone in a room for 5 minutes. They'll hate each other. They'll never want to talk.
Now I'll get on with Bernadette. She's cool.
Yeah, no, but I'm telling that's the thing about people who are similar star signs, man.
No, good.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen.
Yeah. No,
in other words, they hate themselves.
Well, yes, that is a very good way.
You know what I mean?
But also, they don't like the different gender versions. But listen,
tune in for
we do Bernadette.
Tune in for astrological
Meg and their
Mystic Meg. Tune in for your Cleo
Arnie
session.
Arnie's a Virgo. His birthday is the day before mine. Yeah.
There you go.
Master tactician.
But yeah, it's gonna be it'll be a fun episode all the same. That basically I compiled a list of the top 10 captains of the Premier League history. So just so I can keep it concise and easy to reference. And there's an argument that I think that if we do see VVD lift the Premier League title, especially if he lifts a Champions League title in the same year, there could be an argument for VVD entering that conversation of being a part of that list. So definitely tune in for that one. That's going to be later this week. And other than that, I'm sure. Do you have anything you want to plug for your show this week, Brian? No. Maybe not. Okay, no worries. I think Brian's having maybe a little something wrong with his microphone. I see he's not on mute. So yeah. There you go, Red Armchair Supporter. Definitely a shout for that. You'll see. The list is actually an interesting list. The list I made is actually an interesting list. Because I have been blessed to see a good like to be able to watch a good majority of the Premier League, despite everything, despite now having more coverage be provided to me than previous years. Like before, it was you got to see like match of the day type situations. Now I get the options of seeing any game I want to, basically with the with internet and the likes. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, it's gonna be a good list. Hopefully, be a part of that as well. So for JK, for Brian, for Nalante, I'm going to say thank you again for joining us. And as always, hey, up the Reds, people, up the Reds. We will see you hopefully tomorrow. And take care. And if we don't, Happy New Year, of course. Happy New Year and happy holidays. Take care, guys.